Open Championship. And it comes to you from Carnoustie. Extra, read all about it. Sergio Garcia in search of that elusive first major triumph at the age of 27. He's what everybody's reading about when they picked up the morning tabloids today. And is it a possibility for Sergio? He still has the lead as we join you for day 2 coverage here at Carnoustie. Again, kind of cloudy and gray as the day dawned, but there was no rain this morning, a little bit chilly. And in the last little while or so, I actually looked up and saw this very bright thing in the sky that appeared to be the sun, which has since vanished. It's a little after lunchtime here. 5 after 12 local time. Thanks for joining us early in the States. We'll be here for 7+ hours. And thank you very much for making us part of your day for the 136th Open Championship. We're in Carnoustie, which is in Angus, which is in Scotland. And Carnoustie by the North Sea, where a field of 156 have gathered to see who will hoist the claret jug at the end of the week. The temperature today, kind of like yesterday, mid-50s or so, and it is cloudy. Not much wind right now. There are predicted gusts as the day goes on. But right now, not a bad time to play as we rejoin the action at Jim Furyk with his second at the 15th. The hole they call Lucky Slap, 472-yard par 4.
Lee Westwood had a lucky slap here yesterday. Had an eagle too. That's a beautiful shot by Jim Furyk. And this is the start of the 4 most difficult finishing holes at Carnoustie.
Only a handful of players yesterday, Bobby, able to navigate those, in fact, to an under par. And that's a strong finish here at Carnoustie.
And a lot of disasters yesterday, as we've already seen today as well.
Bodrick Harrington on the tee at 16. This thing was playing 256 yesterday, 228 today, much more manageable.
I think the R&A got a little bit of more reasonable when they saw how I think only 2 players hit it past the hole yesterday off the tee at 16.
Our leader is Sergio, and Bill Kratzert is with that group.
Well, this 10th hole playing back into the breeze. Really good driving hole. Have to avoid the 3 bunkers down the right-hand side.
So it's the second most difficult hole yesterday, and the wind is the same today.
Well, this is a beauty down the left-hand side.
Impressed with his driving this week, Billy?
This week, yes. Today, certainly not as clean around as we saw yesterday, Bobby, but he's always been a good ball striker.
Sergio navigating the front side, an even par 36, maintaining his standing atop the leaderboard by 2 over Paul McGinley. Jim Furyk is 3 back as he plays number 15. You saw the name of Tiger Woods. He'll be teeing off a couple hours from now. KJ Choi is at 2 under. Vijay Singh's made a move. He's 1 under as he plays number 14. Welcome to our coverage here on TNT. Ernie Johnson and Bobby Clampett. A lot of things to talk about overnight when you saw the 18-year-old kid from Ireland. You know, how would he respond? Rory McIlroy. What kind of a move would Jim Furyk make? Would Sergio Garcia be able to continue what was just a beautiful round of golf yesterday?
A magical day yesterday. And when you look at what Sergio did here at 99, opening with he improved his score by 24 shots yesterday. 4 at the first hole, but he said he didn't think about it after that. Rory McIlroy, I love this kid. I just watching him play yesterday. He's got a flair. He's tremendous golf swing. I'm going to enjoy watching his career as it unfolds.
Yeah, he's kind of struggled today, but you see Sergio still at the top, and Jim Furyk, who knows what it's like to chase a major championship and win it, making a move today.
And he's been so close lately. I look for Jim to continue this run. He's such a steady player, right at the peak of his game, world number 2. And Carnoustie's a golf course that I think as it dries out more, we see a little sunshine in the distance. The wind's supposed to pick up. I think the conditions are going to get harder and faster throughout the week. That'll favor a guy like Furyk.
World number 1 is Tiger Woods. You'll see his round in its entirety today. He goes off in a couple hours or so. And What do you expect to see from him after an opening 69 yesterday?
Yeah, I think more of the same kind of conservative game plan. He only hit the driver 3 times yesterday. I think it'll be more of the same today. Same wind condition. That always favors the players when they get to see the same wind 2 days in a row. There's a little extra comfort level in terms of what their strategy is off the tee, and I look for Tiger to have the same strategy today.
Here's a fun stat for you folks at home. You think back to 1999, 818 birdies during the championship in 99. There were 407 Thursday alone here in 2007. And here's...
Look out. Wow, is that hunting? Wow.
That is right on line for Jim Furyk. 3 strokes behind the leader, Sergio Garcia. I don't know how many folks thought that after day 1, Boo Weekley's name would be on the first page of the leaderboard, but he was 3 under yesterday, remaining there as he looks at a birdie attempt at the 7th.
Doesn't surprise me. I love the way Boo plays. Great from tee to green. When you have a championship course like Carnoustie, it's a ball striker's heaven. In fact, Boo, second in greens in regulation yesterday, only missed 3 greens.
Now Padraig Harrington's second at the 16th on the par 3.
He was in the news a lot yesterday, not so much for his score, but for how much he's helped his fellow countryman Paul McGinley in the practice rounds.
We talked about the improvement Garcia had. McGinley was 16 strokes better in round 1 than he was in 99. He's yet to go off. It is day 2 of the Open Championship. We're at Carnoustie here on TNT. And we welcome you back to TNT's coverage of the Open Championship. We're in Scotland at Carnoustie, the site of the Open in 99, returning now in 07. And right now, no problem with the weather as this field takes on this beast again today. Bobby Clampett and Terry Gannon joining me, along with Judy Rankin and Bill Kratzert on the course, and Jim Huber handling our interviews from Carnoustie.
And Ernie, one of the men making a move today, Jim Furyk, number 2 in the world. You could have gotten him at 20-1 over here at Ladbrokes or William Hill. Now he's down to 8-1. That is legal here in the UK. Furyk, as you look across the green expanse, so different than last year. Bobby, so dramatic when you came to Hoylake last year, and everything was brown, and the ball ran forever. Much different this year.
Absolutely. A lot more rain. Scotland this summer.
Jim 3 under.
This is that little hybrid, much like a 2-iron in distance that Jim carries. 228 yards today at this long par 3, and this and the last couple of holes very difficult at the moment because the wind is really up right into the teeth of the players at 14 and 15.
Yeah, Judy, it looks like it's more than it was yesterday. The wind into their faces. It was longer yesterday, 16 playing 256, but maybe even tougher today. Good seat here as he watches Sergio Garcia at the 10th, second shot.
166 yards, Terry. Going with a 6-iron back into the stiff breeze. This just a little bit of a slight pull. Looked like he was trying to play a cut, but should be fine if he gets over the bunkers.
And wise when you have these cut hole locations to start the ball at the middle of the green and try to work it back into the flag.
You mentioned, Ernie, the 24-shot difference between his first round in 99 and his first round here 2007. Look at the front 9, back 9. So far, 99 to 2007. On the 8th, Boo Weekley, 3 under. The press here has thoroughly enjoyed the Boo Weekley versus orangutan story. When Boo at the county fair got into the ring to take on an orangutan and was knocked out with 1 punch. It's become a BBC favorite. Now Phil here at the 12th from the bunker. This just a few moments ago. Third shot. Mickelson 2 over. Back to the fairway, and he would go on to make bogey there.
Pretty good bogey. 12, another one of those very difficult holes. Remember 99, Craig Perry coming into this in the final round, making triple bogey and losing the lead.
499-yard par 4, just like the 18th. Some long holes coming in on the inward 9 here at Carnoustie. 7,421 yards, and it plays every bit of that, Bobby.
No question. These wet conditions, cool temperatures.
See, Weekly 3 off the lead. Paul McGinley tees off later on. 2 shots behind Sergio Garcia. VJ to 1 under through 13, playing better today. Retief Goosen had the lead for a few moments yesterday. Double bogey did him in. Ernie Els 1 under yesterday, 70, and even par now. And Rod Pampling, different player now than he was back in 99 when he shot the 71, led on day 1, and then shot 86 and missed the cut.
No question about that. Very solid, consistent performer. Steve Stricker, watch out for him today.
You liked him to start the week, didn't you?
I really do. I like the way he's playing. I like his confidence. And I think it's a good golf course for him, even though he's a high ball hitter. But we've talked about this as more of an aerial type of links course as we watch Mickelson, his 4th at the 12th. We already told you he made bogey, so now we're going to show it to you. His short game is so good.
VJ at the 14th to get it to 2 under.
He just bogeyed the 13th. He had it 3 under for the round, just to get that stroke back.
There you go. Got it back. And it was VJ who, for the last couple of years, Sergio says, has been on him to use that belly putter. And finally, Sergio went to it, and it's worked so far. Started using it the week after the U.S. Open, used it last week in competition, and has got it to 6 under. He leads by 2 here on day 2 of the 136th Open Championship. Back here at 16, second shot. Tough stance, tough lie for Jim Furyk. Judy?
Well, apparently let that 2 hybrid get a little too high in the air, because without some bump and run at the front, that just wasn't going to get there.
That'll get there. Beautiful shot. Saving par. That's all you want at 16.
Garcia for birdie at the 10th.
Pretty level. May move a little bit to his right, Terry.
27 putts yesterday for Sergio.
Uh-oh. Wow, he made a bomb here yesterday. That was a stroke of confidence right there.
Well, he said after the round that the greatest thing about this new putter is that he feels like he knows when it leaves the face now he's got a chance. He said the worst feeling in the world is when he was struggling and knowing as soon as he swung through it, oh, this has got no chance. But he's got a lot more confidence with the putter now.
That's the whole key, getting it off the blade. Here's Boo Weekly.
This for birdie at the 8th. Not quite. And the speed of these greens, players know it, and they've played the practice rounds and now through the second round, but they're never as quick as they are on the PGA Tour. You can't have links greens that speed.
But the players are raving about the condition of the greens, saying it's the best conditioned course they've ever seen in Europe.
Here's Phil at the 13th off the bogey.
Tough hole location today at 13 in the back. Narrow entrance in the middle of the green. Beautiful shot by Mickelson. This could be the first birdie today at 13. The hole that yielded 36 birdies yesterday.
How about the situation he faced at the second, Bobby?
Well, this is very unusual. Over here in Europe, an embedded ball is only in closely mown areas. And that is the rules of golf, but in the States we have a local rule that allows you, if you're in the rough, to take a free drop. But not the case over here. So Mickelson looking for relief from embedded ball, but he didn't get the relief from the embedded ball and elected to have to take an unplayable lie. So now the drop with this penalty stroke for the unplayable. And after the second drop, the ball rolling closer to the hole, Mickelson placing it. Now something else happens. The ball was in play after the placing of it.
Okay. In play.
So now Mickelson able to play his fourth. So a couple of very unusual rulings for Mickelson at number 2, and he salvages a bogey.
And now a live look at Phil. And you look at his card going out in 2 over 38. And currently at 3 over for the championship. And that is 9 off the pace set by Sergio Garcia.
He's currently tied for 70th. I believe the cut's going to move to 4 over by the end of the day.
Top 70 and ties will play the weekend. At the 17th, Padraig Harrington second.
Coming down breeze. Well done.
And now the leader on the tee at the 11th. Par 4 playing 383.
And the breeze very strong in his back. This is a little bit of a pull towards the bunker.
Look out. And it disappears.
Wow, what a mistake that is.
Yeah. There's a 25-yard wide fairway if you leave it short of the bunker. And I believe that's what Sergio was trying to do.
Bobby, with a driver, you pretty much take everything out of play.
Yeah.
Bunker-wise.
Right. It's about 270 over all the bunkers.
I'm not so sure you couldn't come pretty close to driving this hole.
Now here's Jim Furyk off the tee at 17.
That didn't get any roll coming downwind. He's going to leave himself a little longer second shot than he would have liked.
So
Sure.
Jim Furyk, 3 back right now. We go to 16.
Cannot forget about this man, Miguel Angel Jimenez on the tee.
A lot of experience, hard worker. Likes to shape his shots.
.228 today.
Oh, look at this. Wow.
Get in, ball.
That's how you play the 16.
How could it not go in? I read it perfectly. Birdie coming up for Jimenez to get him to 3 under. Garcia, your leader, though, through 10. A bit of trouble, though. Hasn't been sharp today. His lead still 2 over McGinley.
Ed Carnoustie and Sergio Garcia, the leader.
Well, really no options.
Yeah. 11th is second out of that bunker.
Just about to say, really no options. Here, EJ just put it back in play. Continue on.
Now, had that ball been farther in the middle of the bunker, Billy, would he have been able to get it over and on?
Well, at that, yeah, he would have had 132 yards to the front of the green. He had 165 yards overall. It would have been a pretty good shot, Bobby, but, you know, just the mistake off the tee.
Yeah.
So Sergio battling a bit here on the Edward 9. A birdie chance for Phil at the 13th.
And with the difficult finishing holes, really needs this.
He had the same reaction you did, Bobby.
Yep. Perfect speed, looked like perfect line. Been that kind of week so far for Phil.
An opportunity lost there. Now back to 11, and Sergio, his third.
Now just 108 yards to the hole. Hole location just 5 paces from the right-hand side, but I think to get it close, he's going to have to take it in between the bunker and the flagstick.
A little steep there. Okay. That remaining for par.
He had to scratch and claw for par at the first. Had to work it out for him here at 11-2. And now Harrington at the 17th.
Putted cross-handed for basically his whole life. Very good putter.
And that one was tracking. He'll tap in for his par. Jim Furyk at the 17th.
Jim with a 5-iron, significant wind at his back, 238 yards.
Like good contact. It was. Beautiful shot. We'll have the uphill leave for a birdie.
Now on the tee at 18, they've moved the tee up 10 yards today, so it's 489 rather than 499.
Yesterday it was 499. Plus the hole was back about 15 yards deep of middle of the green.
It was a bear. Hold on. Oh my.
Now, do you hit a 2-iron and aim at the bleachers? A la Jean Van de Velde? That's the island.
Exactly.
That's the peninsula.
Come still, please.
Only 19% of the field hit the fairway at 18 yesterday. You can see the scoring average, 4.7.
You mean the green?
Hit the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, green and threes in regulation yesterday.
Yeah, it played as difficult as the par 5s. 4.7 stroke average. And today, here are where the tee shots are going, and look at all the black balls. Not good. One birdie. There were 2 yesterday. Paul Lawrie birdied it yesterday. Angel Cabrera birdied it today. And what makes this hole so ominous is the out of bounds that's just left of the green. The players really required to play this hole defensively. I had some discussion with that with some players yesterday. And I personally think they should put some bunkers left of the green just to make the players go with the green more. I mean, that's ridiculous. 19% of the golfers hitting the green in regulation.
Well, VJ had that one slide by. 3 straight birdies going out today. On 5, 6, and 7. But here, I'll give one back.
You talk about VJ's putting, but he's actually ranked 10th in the U.S. in putting this year.
See his card. 3 miles to go for VJ Singh. Everybody continues to chase Sergio Garcia here on day 2 of the Open Championship. The Spaniard leads the way by a deuce.
This is the August 5th at 8 on TNT.
We welcome you back to Carnoustie in the Open Championship, round 2. 7 hours of coverage here on TNT. Sergio Garcia has the lead. Making things a little difficult on himself at the 11th, and this for par.
Like a pretty good stroke, just didn't have enough speed.
And so the lead is now 1 over Paul McGinley.
And that's a tendency I see in Sergio when he gets around the lead, as he starts leaving his putts short.
Jim Furyk for birdie at the 17th.
As opposed to this man. Keep playing aggressively. You really see that with Tiger too when he grabs the lead.
3 under for the championship and 2 under for the day as he heads to the home hole. And speaking of that hole, Padraig Harrington is there, and we'll see what he can do after that tee shot.
Yes. Got to be just a layup. A lot of players playing this as a par 5 today. "37% of the field hitting the green today, Ernie, as opposed to 19% yesterday. So shortening the hole has helped. Good looking divot.
In the first cut, or the semi-rough as they will call it here.
And that's the tendency when you have an uphill lie into the wind and a short iron, that loft turns to hook. So you really have to aim right.
The drama that was played out there in '99. Let's go to the 12th.
Talked about today will be talked about for years to come as we head to Sergio on the tee at the 12th.
And Terry going with the fairway medal, waiting for, I think it's Boo Weekley finishing out on number 9. But very tough driving hole today, Terry. Wind cutting across the fairway from left to right. Players try to avoid the hazard and the 2 bunkers down the right-hand side.
Pretty good driver of the golf ball, though.
Yes.
Shape a shot a little right to left to hold the wind, Billy.
Yeah, well, he flights it great, but you know, you turn it back too much into that wind. This hole at 499, it's going to leave you a pretty healthy second shot.
I like that divot.
Well, this one heading right. I don't know what it's. Oh, it pitched right.
That's fine. It's in the fairway.
Okay. Be a lengthy second shot, though.
On a drier day, it might not have been fine, but not much roll today. Second shot for Phil in the fairway at 14. See the spectacle bunkers. Not even in play, Bobby.
Not even in play, and just kind of hiding the green a bit. Players can pick a line, no problem. Beautiful shot by Mickelson.
So an eagle putt coming up in just a moment.
And now Jim Furyk away at the 18th.
Hang on.
Perfect. It's not much roll. That'll be a very lengthy second. Back into the wind.
Now up ahead at the 18th and the 3rd for Padraig Harrington. Of course, Bobby, a lot of talk about Padraig and the chances of a major championship in his future. How do you gauge that?
Well, certainly he has all the tools for it. I like his all-around game. And you know, European hasn't won a major since Paul Lawrie did it here in '99. That's 31 consecutive majors. So the odds aren't in his favor.
He'll have that for par at the last. You mentioned that Paul Lawrie's victory here at Carnoustie, the last time a European won a major, and we talked to some of the field about that European drought.
And there's not too much of a drought here at the moment, though. It's coming on pretty heavily, and you know, I hope the European side can go out there and have a good week.
And it would be very nice to, you know, for Carnoustie to rise with another European champion and maybe a British champion, so we can put that or correct that statistic.
I think we've just got to play a bit better. We've had a few chances over the last few years, various people, and you know, it's just a case of doing that extra bit to win the tournament.
It is a while since a European has won a major. 8 years since Paul Lawrie won here. You know, Michael Campbell's very much a European player, and he won a couple of years ago in the US Open, so it's not that, you know, we can visualise it somewhat, but we do need a European to win it.
My theory is it's all about, you know, the big learning curve, or finding being comfortable as you get more, you know, into the situation, being able to control your own emotions, and that's so it really comes from experience.
Now, Sergio Garcia trying to end that drought. One of those trying to do just that here in the fairway at the 12th. Billy?
Well, I knew it was going to be lengthy, but I had no idea it was going to be 251 left. Just a little bit of a downward pitch onto the putting surface, so probably trying to fly this ball somewhere in the neighborhood of 230. This going with the 2-iron. Pretty good looking shot if it reaches.
It will too. Feeding down the slope. Beautiful shot by Sergio Garcia.
Great looking shot. You know, there are a million reasons that people come up with why the Europeans have not won a major, and yet they win the Ryder Cup. I'm not sure there's one that really holds water in the end. I think it's just they've had some great players, and
I'll tell you why they
there's a guy
haven't
named
done it.
Tiger Woods out there who wins a lot of them. Cuts the odds.
It's quite simple. All they got to do is shoot the lowest score.
Mathematician. Garcia with the tie for 5th last year, played in the final group with Tiger.
The Europeans are certainly there, but Tiger's won 3 of those.
Interesting that Nick Faldo had been talking this week too about some players being too chummy and not being hungry enough and that kind of thing.
Didn't sit too well with the European players.
And they said, hey, that's exactly the selling point of why we win the Ryder Cup, because we get along so well. We have this unity.
Exactly.
You know?
Just a moment ago, Phil Mickelson for Eagle here at 14. We've seen 2 of them already today. Lee Westwood with an eagle there, Andres Romero, and Mickelson slides this by.
Has it been a frustrating week on the greens for Phil Mickelson? Nothing dropping.
I mentioned Westwood with one of those, playing with Phil just a few moments ago. And it does get there. So the eagle 3 for Westwood, bringing him to 2 under. Another guy who could break the drought.
And when you look at him leading the order of merit in greens and regulation, he's having his best ball striking year ever. 1 win on the European Tour.
And you know, he had an eagle yesterday, had one today. When you keep doing that, you tend to hang around near that first page of the leaderboard. Keep yourself into contention. And here at the 18th, Padraig Harrington.
I think he's the first player to have 2 eagles in the championship thus far. Lee Westwood. That was a push. It's an empty feeling when the ball comes off the blade and you know there's no chance.
Furyk laid up while Podrig is playing the 18th.
Maybe not a bad pick this week, though, guys, because even though there is that European drought, Harrington has won the Dunhill Links a couple of times. And this is one of the courses, plenty of experience at Carnoustie.
Yep. McGinley's got that experience. Just about all the Europeans, Westwood, Sergio, they've played a lot at Carnoustie.
Not far away from the 18th fairway, at least, the 16th green. And VJ for par. Today. Unique setting here. You've got the 16th green, the 17th tee, and the 18th fairway all within maybe 50 yards of each other.
It's the kind of routing you'd love to have for your home course.
Exactly.
Come out and play a few holes. Unusual routing here. Most links courses go out and then come back, but here the routing is more circular.
This is game number 33 on the tee from Korea, KJ Choi.
This moments ago, and KJ Choi after an opening round 69. Among those couple of dozen players to break par on day one.
KJ just a realist. Love the way he goes about his game. When he was growing up learning to play, he was a power lifter and had to travel 3 hours just to get to the driving range to hit balls.
That's dedication.
That's KJ. And that's his game. Splitting the fairway.
On the tee from South Africa, Richard Stone.
That went a little farther than he would have wanted. That's into that narrow gap.
As we jump up to 10, second shot for Boo Weekley. You know, it was here back in '99 that KJ Choi became KJ. Ivor Robeson just couldn't get the name right. And he said, you know what, just go with KJ.
That's a good nugget. Beautiful shot by Boo at 10.
Sergio at the 12th, this for birdie.
And Terry going back up the hill, relatively level putt so far as the break is concerned, but going back up the hill, certainly one that he can go ahead and give a run at it.
Look out. Wow. Again coming up short. That's 4 putts I've seen him come short today.
Is it a tentative stroke today as opposed to yesterday?
Yeah, it's just there's that aggression that's gone. But he's still playing very well, and the stroke looks good to me. I've seen him pull 1 putt, and that's the only ball or stroke that the ball didn't get off the blade right.
At the 18th. A moment ago, Podrick Harrington for his bogey.
Back-to-back pushes.
Like I said, he's not a good pick this week.
Yeah, he's got more coming back than he had for bogey. Word that at 14, Phil Mickelson missed his short birdie putt.
No kidding. He had a 10-footer for an eagle.
What a tough finish for Podrick, back to even par, a double at the 18th.
That'll be worth a few extra minutes on the putting green this afternoon.
VJ at the tee, 17.
Tee shot's not that exciting here, is it? You know, 90% of the players have hit the fairway this week at 17.
pretty much a given. The lead is 1 for Sergio, having to scramble at times today on day 2. Back here at the 18th and Jim Furyk's 3rd.
made a very wise decision. He had 242 right into that wind with the second.
Nice par 4.
Lots of ways to make 4, though.
Oh, it didn't draw back. He thought it would.
At the opening hole, KJ Choi, second.
It's just a sand wedge second.
Look at that.
Taking the fairway wood off the tee to a fairway width of only 18 yards wide. That's confidence. It's also not a strategy that you'll see many players use at number 1.
Number 13 played 157 yards yesterday, 182 today, and that is where we find the leader, Sergio.
And back into the breeze, Ernie. Yesterday, Sergio with a 7-iron. Today with a 5-iron.
No birdies here today, Bill.
Well, to get it all the way back to the flag, he's going to have to flight it low, which he did.
Beautiful. That's the play, and it's only a 10-yard wide gap between the 2 bunkers. It's just a whole location that, from a player's perspective, you got to say that's really a red light. You cannot hit it past the flag.
Now at the 15th, and Lee Westwood, this is the hole he eagled yesterday. He's coming off an eagle at 14.
Likes this part of the course.
Don't look now, but he's just 3 back.
There's less flip going on at the bottom in his downswing. I like it.
Lee Westwood's in a groove here on day 2. See if that holds up through that difficult closing stretch, and a birdie chance now for KJ at the first. What a great start. Nice ball off the tee. Great approach. Birdie.
Easy birdie.
Easy game. 1, 2, 3. And KJ Choi is at 3 under. That's got to do just great stuff for your confidence when you start off like that. Let's go back to 10.
Not lacking confidence either.
Weekly to get it to 4 under. Yeah. So the man with the sleeves.
Had a few people ask, are those sleeves?
He was at the tattoo parlor last night. Weekly has already had a win, won the Heritage, and playing awfully well this year. Just 1 shot out of the lead. Sergio at 5 under, but we go to 18. And Furyk.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up, Terry. That is just a shirt under a shirt. This is a par for Jim Furyk, where we already saw Padraig Harrington stumble at the 18th.
You know, I think there's a mentality that almost makes the very, very hard par 4 a harder hole than the par 5. And if you just think of it this way, you might make a lot more 4s here at 18.
Home hole taking its toll as Furyk gives one back.
Back-to-back 70s for Jim Furyk. 2 under.
If you told him that when the week started, you think he'd have taken it?
No,
70, 70?
No, and Jim. No.
Now, this is a birdie Nick Doherty would very much like to have. He is 3 over par for the championship. He had a beautiful drive here and came in with a metal fairway club. I do not believe it was his 3-wood, maybe something just less, but it was a beautiful golf shot.
Only a couple of birdies here at 18. Charles Schwartzman, you mentioned earlier. Cabrera, the U.S. Open champion. So a little work to do still there. Very similar to what Padraig Harrington had. Nicholas Faust also playing in that group as we go back to 17. And VJ.
Also a hole that you want to launch it way up in the air. Land it softly. It'll feed on the downslope. Low trajectory just doesn't work at 17 on your second shot.
And now, Phil Mickelson. It's a birdie try from long range earlier at the 15th.
And more work left. You can just see the frustration mounting on his face.
Now this is Lee Westwood live. And a chance for birdie at the 15th. Pretty well judged.
Good speed.
So one of the guys carrying those European hopes for a major title. Very much in the hunt at 2 under, with Garcia leading at 5 under. And speaking of Sergio, let's see what he's up to at the 13th.
Certainly benefited from being able to watch the putt of Chad Campbell. I think there's just enough slope coming off the left-hand bunker. It's going to kind of kick it to the right at the beginning of the putt, and then it's going to kind of straighten out. But once again, going back up the hill, so another putt that he can be aggressive with.
Let's see if he can get it to the hole this time. Just tentative. And that's really going to hold him back because that's indicative of what's going on in his mind right now. He knows he has the lead and he's a bit protective.
Difference a day makes. He's still on top, but not exactly the same spark we're seeing from Sergio that we saw yesterday in round 1. You see the overcast conditions here, and you're always talking about the weather when you're at Carnoustie. And well, when we talk weather here, we're talking about our weatherman, Patrick Healy. Miguel Angel Jimenez got it to 3 under. He's right there, playing the 18th.
Lowest round recorded today thus far at Carnoustie, 69 by Nicholas Fast. Beautiful shot.
Wow.
That takes some courage to pull that out into the wind, out of bounds, just left of the green.
And of course, he's in that group with Rory McIlroy, the 18-year-old from Northern Ireland, who had the place buzzing yesterday with his 68.
How about that 2-iron he hit in here yesterday from 230? Can he do it again? He called it his best shot of the day. That's pretty darn good.
Not exactly the same result for the kid today. He's 2 over for the championship. Go back to 17 and VJ.
McIlroy might be the only player to hit the green on 18 2 days in a row. Coming up the hill for VJ.
The tee, Ernie, at 14, Sergio Garcia with the sun shining.
Well, going with the driver today, Terry. Yesterday went with the fairway metal.
Different conditions, Billy?
And a different shot. This pulled left.
We saw that at 11 with the iron, and now again with the driver.
And that's a great break because that is right in between the bunker and the gorse.
Yeah, had a clear shot of it from up above. Sitting up, doesn't look like too bad a lie. 16, Westwood, 2 under. A few moments ago.
Less than 1 out of 4 able to find the green at 16 today off the tee. Solid shot by Westwood.
You know, you say that and we let it go by. 1 in 4 of the best in the world able to find the green at a par 3.
It's a hard hole. When Tom Watson won here in '75, he never parred the 16th.
Sergio Garcia maintains the lead here by 1. See Jim Furyk at 2 under with another 70, and he's with Jim Huber.
Jim, despite the bogey at 18, another solid round for you.
Yeah, I'm happy with my position. I played well today. I really hung in there on the back 9, and yesterday I was disappointed in the bogey because I had it up there pin high in 2 and had an easy up and down. Today I kind of thinned my drive and didn't really have it. It was borderline whether I should go or not, and I decided to lay up. And yeah, I'm not really all that disappointed today.
Everybody is looking to the skies here all week long, obviously, but you especially are looking toward the weekend, and from what we hear, it's going to be bad.
Well, I was talking to my scorer today, one of the European officials, and he was saying that there's a chance of some really high winds tomorrow, and he was saying 4 inches. I've heard anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain, so I didn't play the weekend at Muirfield, but maybe I'll get a repeat. I'll get to try again.
How do you prepare for that?
You don't, I don't think. I really don't think you do. If it's blowing hard and it's raining sideways like it was, say, Monday morning in the practice rounds, most of us stayed in the equipment trailers or in the hotel and got some extra rest, but yeah, I don't think you really do. I think you go out there and just try to keep the ball in the fairway somewhere and keep it in front of you and keep your score respectable.
With all of that, your score is very respectable going into the weekend.
Well, like I said, I like my position. We'll see how the weather is this afternoon, where the leaders get to, but I should be within. I should be able to see the leaders from where I'm at, which is all I need.
Keep it going.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
EJ.
All right, thank you very much, Jim and Jim. And at the 18th, after that wonderful approach by Jimenez just a moment ago.
Little pull.
This is a look at the 11th. You see it's Boo Weekley in the foreground.
383-yard par 4 downwind. It's the hole that gave Sergio fits.
Playing with John Bevan and Paul Sheehan. You saw Sheehan tap in. Now here's Rory McIlroy. Tough day for the kid. 76.
But he's playing the weekend, Ernie.
And he said that the cheers he heard yesterday as he walked up the 18th just sent chills up his spine. It was such a wonderful day for him and a great story.
We'll see him over the weekend. Should see him at the Walker Cup, McIlroy, and then he's planning on turning professional. Meanwhile, at the 14th, Sergio looking over his second shot.
Terry, a pretty decent line, 228 back into the breeze, but the rules official on the PGA Tour, Steve Carman, has notified this group that they are now on the clock, so it'll be interesting to see how they go through these 2 or 3 holes trying to make up the 8 minutes that they're behind. Decent lie, went in with a 4-iron, just trying to jump it out of there.
Trying to will it to the green. Or scare it to the green. Going to come up short, but in that narrow passageway. Greeted by his mother after the first round yesterday, like at 99. She didn't have to console him like at 99, though.
That's for sure. Boo Weekley to tie for the lead.
See that aggression, though? I like that. And that's Boo.
Lee Westwood at 16 for birdie. Two under overall, 2 under today. All right. So he'll stay there.
Now the second at the last for Vijay Singh.
Trying to take it right to left. That's not Vijay's shape of shot. Look out.
Oh, look, yeah.
And there you go.
OB.
And that's what I just feel is unfair about 18. I would prefer them to grow rough over there. Players have this long of a second shot. It just makes the penalty so unfair, in my opinion. And I know other players share my sentiments as well. So now Vijay will be playing his fourth from the same place.
It does add drama on Sunday afternoon, though.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe one of the reasons that Van de Velde 99 went so far right with his second shot.
Well, no question about that.
Yep.
I mean, the play for him would have been to have laid up, but hindsight's 20/20, obviously. But if you are going to go for it, you got to just aim and hit it in the bleachers. Hope for a good bounce. That's a frustrated Vijay Singh, who now will have to get that up and down for a double bogey.
It's time now for TNT's Total Vision, presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment. Bobby?
Well, Vijay's got a beautiful golf swing, no doubt about it. Gets a good load. Look how he gets the club, the weight, everything centered on his right foot. Beautiful face position there. Beautiful plane, fully loaded. Starts down, the lag move. And the big release, you can see Vijay's right hand, he develops so much club head speed that the right hand through centrifugal force actually comes off the club slightly just after impact. Keeps that left foot on the ground. That's a move that he learned with a martial artist he used to work with. Felt that would be a more powerful move for him to keep the left foot planted at the top of his backswing. These films taken of Vijay on Wednesday. See the right hand there as it actually comes off the club just for a moment. But believe me, that's after impact that happens.
That's great stuff in high def. See everything there, but Total Vision, presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment. And he could use a little refreshment right now. You can see the steam coming out of Vijay's ears here at 18.
Back at 14, the eagle putt from off the green for Sergio. So that should push him to 6 under. Although, let's not give it to him yet. Mickelson missed a short birdie attempt at 14.
And we go to the first, and Michael Campbell for birdie.
Hadn't done much this year, but he was really saying to his wife and coach that the confidence is there. He wouldn't be surprised if he was up there after the first round, and lo and behold, there he was.
He'll have that for his par 4 at the first. And now the continuing story of Vijay Singh at 18.
And that's what I'm talking about. Any ball that carries over that left bunker there is going out of bounds. It's just so penal.
Had a double here yesterday. And may see that same movie again today.
Yeah. He'll hope to make double. Need that 3.5 footer.
See the results of BJ's last 7 Open Championships.
The 2 missed cuts surprised me. The rest does not.
3-time major champion. A couple of PGAs in Sahalee and Whistling Straits and the 2000 Masters.
Sergio at 14 for birdie. Times a tentative stroke today, but back to 6 under. That's where he started the day. And now a 2-shot lead over McGinley and Boo Weekley. So Garcia onto the tee at 15 as the North Sea rolls in. Overcast skies here at Carnoustie. Tiger getting set. 9:20 Eastern time. McGinley tees off at 1 about 10:15. So we'll see the entire round from Woods this afternoon on TNT.
Carnoustie. Now Sergio for birdie at the 15th.
Second most difficult hole today. 4.6 average. So 4 is well done. But you wouldn't tell by the face of Sergio.
On the tee at 18 just moments ago, this was Lee Westwood.
Like a good swing. 18, you never know. It's as tough a driving hole as it is. Barry Byrne there. Rod Pampling
for another birdie. Maybe not a legitimate chance, although who knows? Look at this. That's a great putt, Bobby.
This the green. That's the double green shared with 14.
Now Sergio Garcia for his par at the 15th.
Good confidence builder.
The leader stays at 6 under. Paul McGinley watching all of this happen, and Heath tees off shade after 3 o'clock local time.
And that will allow Sergio, when he starts making those comebackers, that will allow him the confidence to be a little more aggressive on the greens and the birdie putts.
See Tiger, as he is about 45 minutes away from his appointed tee time.
You know, all the talk about his golf swing and people criticizing it for this and that and the other. I've watched him hit so many balls. It is one impressive machine right there. Yeah, but the fact that he's won majors with 3 different styled golf swings. You know, he used to be steep and shut at the top. He got laid off. But the secret is what he's able to produce at impact, Ernie.
What he's trying to do here also, if you have not heard, is win 3 consecutive Open Championships, which hasn't been done since the span of 1954 to 56 by Peter Thompson.
Which would be his 4th Open Championship.
And which would put him in the teens. And when you're talking about the chase or the pursuit of Jack, you have somebody else in the teens chasing the 18 of Nicklaus. And there's your leader here on day 2, Sergio Garcia.
Never easy, the 16th. Garcia with the iron in his hands. 228 yards today.
And Terry, the wind still cutting across this green just a little bit right to left, but still slightly into the players also. But you can see Sergio kind of looking up. Actually going to try to work this ball in from right to left, going with a 4-iron. Started left and it's just kind of hanging in there.
Looked just like the swing he made at 11. That got a good bounce. That's fine. Tried to trap that, keep it down. Amazing when you get that swing bottom farther out in front, your consistency gets better. Bad shots aren't that bad.
Meantime, at the 18th, that is the golf ball of Phil Mickelson, who found the water off the tee. And for a guy who is flirting with the cut line, his fortunes have really taken a turn for the worse as far as the weekend goes, because he's at 4 over and now playing his third.
Trying to hit a fade in there, ride the wind. Still got a chance at it, but a distant chance. How disappointing for Phil Mickelson. Has trouble driving at 18 these days.
We jump all the way back to the 4th, and just off the fairway, KJ Choi. Hang in there. Downwind. Off the fairway, tough to stop. Eventually does. KJ at 2 under, headed to 3 under after 6 holes yesterday.
Now Lee Westwood at the last.
Start this at the right edge of the green. You could tell by the downswing trying to hold it off. Just a slight power cut. Avoid the left side, and that's office hours.
So he figures to be a major player in the weekend, especially if he can get this up and down, remain right there within striking distance, as again they continue to chase Sergio on day 2. Open Championship, the 136th edition. And it's day 2 here on TNT, where Sergio Garcia leads by 2. Paul McGinley yet to tee off. Boo Weekley is just 2 back. You see KJ Choi among those at 2 under. Lee Westwood as he plays 18. And
Stuart Singh going off at 242.
Let's go to 4.
And KJ Choi, this to get it back to 3 under. Not done yet. Yeah, Boo Weekley, 2 back. Not many would have predicted that, although he has played very well this year. As we go to the 2nd, Retief Goosen. Some problems on the back 9, had a double bogey, and actually led for a while prior to that yesterday.
It's a natural swinger of the golf club.
Just drop into the frame somewhere near the hole. Goosen has never won this championship at 6 top 10s in his career. Now at 16, Garcia to get it to 7 under.
Just inside 20 feet, Terry, and this putt's going to move a pretty good bit from his left to right. Easy putt to miss on the right side.
Again, short.
Bobby, I would agree. I would think that if you were to summarize his round today, that he was very tentative with the putter.
And that's just confidence, Billy. You know, you get in the lead, and when you have that confidence to go for it and to go ahead and hit your putts with normal speed, and if you have the 4-footer coming back, you have the confidence to make it. That's just not there yet.
At the 18th, Lee Westwood, his third.
Whoa. Now really whoa.
He's making things interesting for himself here at the finish. He's going to try to limit the damage now. And he's playing with Phil Mickelson, whose hopes for the weekend, basically riding on what he does right here.
Yeah, that's over 50 feet for par. And believe me, Phil knows.
33 putts in round one. This will be his 30th. And again, the top 70 in ties play the weekend. Bobby, you've even said as of yesterday you thought +4 would be the cut.
Just had that feel about it. Pretty common cut for an Open Championship.
So this would be some par.
Never got it there. Hard to believe. Another weekend off for Phil Mickelson. Unless the winds really blow this afternoon.
And there is no 10-shot rule here at the Open Championship. If you're within 10, no guarantee you're going to make it to the weekend. Here's Goosen after the great approach for birdie. And Keith's not going to miss that. So very much in the picture. At 2 under.
Sergio's made his way to the tee at 17.
Now playing downwind. Fairway does pinch in down that right-hand side. Ideally, you'd like to hit it somewhere around 240, 245 off the tee, and that's perfect.
Got a little bit more release than some we've seen.
You know, while we watch Sergio, the leader here, it's time for TNT's Total Vision, once again presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment. And let's take a look at Sergio.
Oh, good. Very conventional setup for Sergio. Hands a little low. And right here, the hands really take almost an outward plane motion. His tendency has been to be laid off, but he's really worked hard on that. And now you can just see he makes that lag really work for him. Huge lag moves. One of the signatures of Sergio's swing as he gets to the top. You can see the left wrist just slightly bent there. Good square club face position, and now increasing the angle and maintaining that all the way through impact. That allows your forward swing bottom, allows you to make solid contact with the ball. A real key for distance and control. You can see the divot there. That low point of the divot, the deepest part, some 4 inches in front of the ball. All the great ball strikers have that.
That's TNT's Total Vision, presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment. At the 18th, now this is the bogey putt for Phil Mickelson.
These are hard. When you know you have no chance of making the cut, really hard to get focused and get into it.
A double at the last, and no hiding the disappointment there after the tee shot found the water. Now, earlier this was Lee Westwood's fourth.
He's trying to get up and in for bogey, get out of here. Good aggressive stroke.
So he would make that for bogey. Lee Westwood gives one back, but 1 under heading into the weekend here at the Open Championship. The leader is Sergio Garcia. He's playing number 17. Paul McGinley still has a little bit of a wait before he tees off in round 2. Boo Weekley, 2 back. Tiger Woods, his tee time approaches about a half hour from now. So you'll be seeing his entire round here on TNT in our second day coverage. He and Stevie Williams, a few more swings on the range.
Had a lot of irons today. One of the things Tiger does in his practice that he's adopted recently is hitting like a 7-iron numerous different distances. He'll go all the way from like 120 up to 190 yards. And you see him do more and more of that on the golf course than he used to.
You see
that's a great way to practice for Open Championships too.
Yeah, I'll remember that next time I'm doing that.
Yeah.
There's a great view from above at the clubhouse here at Carnoustie, and the 18th green, and to the right the first tee, and you'll hear the distinguished voice of Ivor Robeson moments from now. He's been the announcer for years here. Never leaves his post.
This is game number 39 on the tee from England, Nick Faldo.
Of course, the famous line on Ivor, as he stands there all day, doesn't have to use the facilities, is that no input, no output. Pretty much able to stay at your station with that outlook.
There's a new look for Nick. His playing days, he was never sporting the sunglasses.
Three times the Open champion. 6 major titles to his credit. And you see the most rounds under par in Open Championship history. Jack leading the way. Nick Faldo, Tom Watson.
Watson with his 5 wins. Faldo 3. You know, the difference, though, for Faldo, you can see all the ingredients are there in his swing, but not playing week after week. There's no confidence.
Weekley second here at 14, just 2 back. Hanging on body English wise, and that's why. All right, sitting up though.
Be coming straight down the slope. Tough up and in from there. The wind will be his friend, though.
Wind picking up, it seems.
It's forecasted to. Got some more cloud cover coming in.
At the 17th, you see Sergio waiting to play his second.
You know, right from the center of the fairway. 213 yards to the hole. Pretty much the exact shot he had yesterday in the first round when he hit it so close, and also going with the 6.
That's what he hit yesterday.
Well, this is a bit of a shove to the right.
Very late on the delivery. Should be able to get that down in 2.
When it stops. The leader when the day began, and still at the top of the leaderboard, though it's been a little more of a struggle, a little more scratching and clawing and grinding for Sergio today. Michael Campbell at the 3rd has a chance to get it to 3 under. Check that. This for par.
Had to pitch out from the left rough, Ernie. Couldn't go in the green in 2.
All right, thank you, Judy. And Michael Campbell giving one back.
Not a difficult fairway to hit the 3rd. 77% of the field able to find it. Just an iron.
All right, here's Boo Weekley's 3rd at the 14th.
Oh, that's a lot of spin.
Stopped it on a dime.
Like that.
Ooh, a little upset.
Yeah, he's got some fire in his belly.
Yeah, 14 though, the par 5, so he's got a good chance there to gain another one. Pick another one up on the leader, Garcia, through 16.
Here's our Flomax leaderboard. Sergio Garcia leading the way, as you see, and a lot of players in hot pursuit, including KJ Choi, just 4 holes deep into his second round. We're going to continue our 7 hours plus of coverage of round 2 here on TNT. Can somebody catch Sergio? We'll be finding that out as the day goes on. We'll be back. Thomas Brent Weekly. You can call him Boo. Everybody else does. And this is a chance to get it to 5 under. And almost beat it to the hole. So he stays 2 back. Now Sergio at the 17th.
Oh, that's really a lengthy putt, and you can see the ridge kind of covers the back portion of this green, and once it gets over that ridge, even though it is downhill, it's back into the breeze, and it's just going to kind of gently turn left all the way to the hole.
Go. Go.
Beautiful putt.
I'll say. Joined now by Paul Azinger here in the tower. We just heard from Bill Kratzert on the ground, along with Judy Rankin. Jim Huber handling our interviews. And Zinger, Sergio Garcia, maintaining the lead here as he has a couple to play.
And I'm not surprised. I think Sergio may be the best ball striker in the field, and the belly putter apparently helping him quite a bit, as was evident yesterday. Now the swing still looks all right.
Okay.
And it'll trickle back toward the surface. Nick Faldo.
He's so GQ. Look at the GQ in that guy, huh?
If anybody knows GQ, you know GQ. Now, Retief Goosen.
I know it when I see it. I'm not all about the GQ. I'm more the blue jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. It looked like Goosen was putting from the green there, but obviously not. Nice read there. Almost an impossible pin placement to get close. If you look at that mound that Thomas Bjorn's on right there.
At the 4th, Michael Campbell. Judy.
Well, once again from the fairway, he's glad to see that. 117 yards. Wind is helping and blowing pretty good right now.
A little long. KJ Choi, a hole ahead at the 5th. As a look at birdie here.
And he had a very impressive warm-up today. Really difficult practice range the first 2 rounds of this championship, with the wind blowing hard left to right. Right-handed players hate that, and makes it really tough to take good ball striking to the golf course, but man, he hit solid on the range.
And it carried over right to the 1st. Did a great drive, great approach, easy birdie. Meantime, here is Sergio for par. He'll take that 2-stroke lead to the 18th. Bobby has said earlier, a little more tentative today with the putter after a really strong day yesterday.
Well, that's just human nature. He hasn't hit it quite as close, and I think it's understandable. It's not easy out there. It's cold, and you know, if on Sunday he's leaving a lot of putts short, that may be a whole different story. But he is feeling it a little bit, and it's understandable that he can be a little tentative. I'll give him that. You know, he's played better than anybody else to this point. And by the end of the day, he may have a bigger lead than just the 2 shots he enjoys right now. He's got a tough hole left, though, in the 18th.
It's taken its toll on a few players today. Ended the week for Phil Mickelson. Here's Nick.
How about Faldo with the belly putter? They've all got it now.
See what you started?
I did start that craze a little bit. I'm gonna claim credit. I was the first one, I guess, this generation anyway. The Hawaiian Open. Actually, the first week I used it was a mixed team in '99 with Sari Pak as my partner. We lost in the playoff, and I made every putt I looked at, and I went right to the Hawaiian Open and did the same, and ended up with an easy win there. And the next week there was probably 30 belly putters on the practice green. So. But VJ's the one who really kind of made it famous, I think. He's the one that stuck with it the longest and was the most visible. It's the same stroke, really, as if you had a short putter, except with... See, the best putters, the handle of the butt of the putter will point at their belly throughout the stroke. So if you stick it in your belly, it's a huge advantage.
Zach Johnson for bogey at the 18th, so that'll put him at 4 over. That's right on the projected cut line. Top 70 and ties again. Play the weekend. So we'll see what that holds for the Masters champion.
Yeah, they used to have a 10-shot rule here at this championship, but I remember one year so many players made the cut. I want to say 108 players or something made the cut. It was just ridiculous, and it just completely bogged up the weekend. So I believe the year after that they did away with it.
That young man on the shoulders and getting a good look at the leader of the Open Championship as he stands on the tee at 18. They've moved this tee up 10 yards from yesterday, so it's 489 rather than 499.
And Zing, I would think that a perfect drive right here is right at the clock, maybe just a little right at the clock on the hotel.
Well, the wind's kind of into and slightly off the right, is it not?
Yes. So he hit a beauty here yesterday.
Well, he drives
and he has hit a beauty today. I mean, this is low, piercing, perfect.
Yeah, he drives it so well week in and week out, and the question mark with him is always the putter. Those bunkers not in play today for the majority of the field, so it actually makes that tee shot a little bit easier, if there's such a thing. It's an intimidating look.
So Sergio safely in the fairway at 18 and leading the Open Championship in search of that first major triumph. We'll come back to Carnoustie in just a minute. Open Championship, Michael Campbell.
Pretty flat portion of the green.
Easy tap in there for his par. And so the U.S. Open champion, 05 at Pinehurst. Remaining at 1 under. You're just joining us. Sergio Garcia leads on that Flomax leaderboard at 6 under by 2. Boo Weekley is right there. Paul McGinley yet to tee off. Stuart Sink yet to start his second round. Same story with Rich Beam. Lee Westwood a 70 today. Angel Cabrera is at 1 under with a 73 in round 2. Yes, John Daly has some fans here, despite what happened yesterday after he led briefly, and then it all went south. Here's Boo Weekley at the 15th, his second.
Seems a little edgy right now for whatever reason. He wasn't happy. He looked like he had a tremendous pitch on the last hole and seemed frustrated, I guess more by the fact that he was pitching from that position. I think 14 being a very easy hole today and him not getting there in 2 probably. He hits it really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and say he's probably the only player on tour that's been punched out by an orangutan. I don't know if you guys got into that today or not.
Terry mentioned it earlier because it's been in the tabs here too. But what he says is he says he admits he probably had a few beverages that night, but he's taken the 5th on the orangutan. So I don't know exactly what happened that night, but some stories are better left untold.
Well, we need more characters in the game anyway, don't we? He's one of them.
That's for sure.
Have a great fan base for a long time. And there's another great ball striker, Chad Campbell, having a real off week, which is always a surprise. But he's having actually a little bit of an off year.
Yeah, hung that weight to the right.
And bunkered at the last.
Well, he set some records on the Hooters Tour that'll never be touched.
On the tee at the 5th, Michael Campbell.
This hole right into the wind, and it is a colder hole than some of the others.
Yeah, we heard Stuart Sink say yesterday when he came off, Judy, how cold it was out there. You can compare it today and yesterday?
It almost seems as though there's a little more wind to contend with yesterday. I mean today, I'm sorry, I have that backwards. But both days playable by standards here.
Gotcha. Oh, look at this touch by Rod Pampling at the 6th.
That putt for eagle for Pampling, so it looks like another easy birdie for him as he continues to creep up the leaderboard.
And now the leader as he plays the finishing hole. Great tee shot, split the fairway.
Just 203 yards left, but back into the breeze. He's chosen a 5-iron, so better hit this one right on the money.
Well, he stung it on 16. It's like the only divot we saw with a long iron there on that 16th tee. There's another good divot. Tremendous ability to drive it low.
Well, this one going left.
And that's the risk you take. If you don't take enough club, you end up kind of coming over and squeezing it. I think he might be better off there than had that ball gone into the bunker. He's pitching back into the wind, but yeah, he's got enough room there.
And there you get a good look at the out of bounds, so close on the left side that caught Vijay Singh earlier today. So Sergio's making his way toward the finish, and Tiger about to start. This is Chad Campbell to play first. There's Edfors instead.
Yeah, this is what did Peter Allis say yesterday? The Federer look-alike. He does look a little bit like Roger Federer.
Don't know if that hat's going to catch on. It might.
Used to be a painter's hat, didn't it? Without the logos, of course. It's an interesting scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got the leader of the championship on the 18th green, and the guy who probably wants it the most is on the first tee. So Sergio will get to hear Tiger introduced. He's got this delicate little pitch back into the wind. It's doable.
Look at that. Oh, man. He scared it. Well, Tiger can hear that from where he stands. There would have been an explosion here.
Well, Sergio Garcia burst on the scene when he was 19 years old and probably didn't know what the heck he was doing at the point when he shared the stage with Tiger Woods. Now he kind of owns the stage at this point. You know, it's an intangible, you know, Ernie, a willingness to put yourself out there, a willingness to be exposed. And, you know, early on, I think Sergio didn't really know necessarily what he was getting himself into. Now he clearly does. He's considered one of the better players who's never won a major. He's trying to carry the whole weight of Europe on his shoulders this week. He's going to have a lot of pressure on him tonight and tomorrow morning when he gets up. And who knows what time he's going to wake up. We all know he's going to tee off really, really late. But the intangible really just being a willingness to put yourself out there, and he's proven time and time again that he's willing to do it. And his target is this man, although right now Sergio is his target, albeit I don't believe Tiger's thinking about anything but executing.
Number 41 on the tee from USA, the defending champion, Tiger Woods.
His greatest ability to just stay focused on the task at hand, and all Tiger's obsessing right now is seeing this shot exactly where he wants it to go. He's aware, you can see this, of the 18th green, making sure he doesn't get a blast in his backswing. Here we go.
And some drama on 2 stages here. Look out.
It's about as shocking a result as I've ever seen off of a club face from Tiger Woods. That might actually be out of bounds, although it looked like it went in the water. That could be out of bounds.
You heard Paul Lawrie introduced and Sergio backed off.
Well, Sergio has no choice but to wait for these guys to tee off. I'm going to say that might be Tiger's worst opening shot ever.
Remember in the...
He did lose a ball in the Open Championship a few years back.
First round at Royal St. George's, where they had the search parties out there forever.
Absolutely. That wasn't that as bad a shot, though, I don't believe, as that iron off the tee there. I'm sure it shocks him.
How do you explain that?
I don't know how to explain it. Big putt here for Sergio. There you have it.
Wow. That's a great par putt for the leader. An even par 71 on round 2 and waiting to exhale.
Everything looks to be going just right. He's up there in the top in greens and regulation so far. Driving accuracy as well, and we've seen how he's putted, so it's going to all be on Sergio, it looks like, come tomorrow. Now Tiger Woods forced to hit a provisional ball.
What do you make of this start?
Well, I know Tiger's probably the strongest mental player that's ever played this game. But honestly, I don't know how you overcome that type of an iron shot. I mean, he's going to have to show all of us something today if he can overcome that start. The second shot went way to the right. Such a miss-hit.
Boo Weekley at the 15th, and that coming up short for par.
I'm just shocked. I don't know what to say. I mean,
I could tell.
I'm paid to know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's just.
So Boo is 3 under. He's 3 back. Of more immediate concern, the start for that man.
That may be the easiest tee shot on the golf course. So maybe just let his guard down a little bit, slightly distracted. Jumped out of that a bit, maybe a little over the top. But you know what? Warming up in a left or right wind can do that to you. It'll force you over the top on the driving range to hit the ball straight, and that may be exactly what happened.
For bogey at the first. Talk about the focus and what you envision standing on the first tee, and I'm sure the last thing on his mind was a 6 at the first. But there's a double for Tiger. He's back to even par for the championship. Now Boo Weekley for par at the 16th. steamed down the stretch here, and that's not going to help.
I don't know what it got him aggravated. Seems like the weeks that players win championships in golf terms, the weeks that nothing bothers them. Something's bothering Boo a little bit, but it's a hard course. Conditions are tough, and maybe he just didn't get a lot out of his round earlier or something. He's just frustrated.
Look at this from Justin Rose. Starts the day with a birdie. There you see the story here on day 2, but we've got a long way to go. But Sergio's on top, and to make his day complete, some quality time with Jim Huber. Jim?
EJ, thank you. Sergio, it's a bit more of a grind today than it was yesterday, right?
Definitely. It was difficult out there. The pins were quite tighter, and it was a little bit more breeze. But, I managed to get around it nicely. I hit a couple bad shots here and there, but I hit some really good ones coming in with long clubs, with long irons, and managed to put a decent run in.
Right off the bat, you made one kind of off shot.
No, you can say it.
we don't use that word.
It was a solid shank.
But you got over it. You overcame it, and you put together a pretty good round, and you've maintained your lead.
Definitely. The good thing about that is last time it happened to me on the first hole with a 9-iron. Same shot. It was, I think it was 2003 in Sun City, and I ended up winning. So hopefully
it's a harbinger of things to come, right?
Hopefully it's a good thing.
What kind of pressures are you under right now from within yourself?
No, not so much about winning, but mainly about, I just try to be positive with myself, and sometimes I lack a bit of that. I should believe in my ability a bit more sometimes, and when I do that, I seem to hit unbelievable shots. I hit a great 3-iron on 12, from 247, and shots like that seem difficult. I get with good confidence and hit really good shots, and then some others I lack a little bit.
Let's take a look at some of your highlights from today's round.
Yeah.
Beginning right at the first.
Hopefully you show the chip. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was an unbelievable chip. I wasn't even trying to hit it that close. I managed to bounce it perfectly just over the bunker, and I escaped with a really good four there.
You have been known over the years to have that magic touch, and that seems to run in your countryman's blood.
We tried. I hit a great second shot here, and I wanted to make sure to hit it past the pin because I knew it was an easy bunker shot if I didn't hold the green. And I hit a good bunker shot too, just a couple of feet. And a nice birdie there.
Now to 14.
Then on 14, I pulled it a little bit with the driver. I got a little lucky. Hit a really good 3-iron out of the rough to just short of the green. Hit a really good putt here. It just went a lot right at the end. But hit it to about probably 5 feet. And then I put a great stroke there. And
now to 16.
Hit a really, really nice 3-iron here. Strong, low cut 3-iron. This would have been a great birdie to make.
Was the wind different today than it was yesterday?
It was a little bit stronger at times, a little gusty, but more than anything, it started differently and then it moved to the same direction as yesterday.
And now the birdie.
Yeah, I just came from running like 5 feet by on the last and didn't want to get a little too cocky here, and I just underhit it, left it straight in the middle of the hole, short, but it's a good 3.
But a good 3.
Every time
on that hole.
Yeah, every time you make 3 there is good.
And out of the finishing hole.
And then 18, I pulled it a little bit with my 5-iron for second, and then I thought I hit a great chip here. I thought it was going to check a lot more. It just seemed to bounce quite hard, and probably left myself about 10 feet, I would say, and roll it beautifully straight in the middle.
Were you aware the Tiger was teeing off at the same time you were finishing?
Yeah, I think he hit just as I was looking at my putt. So yeah, I saw he did, but I was trying to focus in making that putt.
Did you hear the gasps from the crowd at what he did?
I heard 4 left, but I didn't know.
Way 4 left.
Is it?
Went into the burn.
Is it? I didn't know. I didn't know what happened.
You look forward to the weekend now, hopefully taking a lead in there for you?
Well, if it's not in the lead, I think 6 under should be Pretty close to it. So that's a good thing. I can get a nice rest, a little bit of practice this afternoon, and looking forward to the weekend and hopefully have a good one.
Continue good play.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Ernie?
All right, thank you very much, Jim, and we rejoin the action at the second with Tiger at the tee.
It's not often the second shot of a tournament can be one of the biggest for a player, but
going with the 3 medals, Inc.
Second shot of a round, I mean.
Up the left-hand side, and this should be pretty good.
It is. Curious to see how much Sergio will practice today. I wonder if our cameras can spot him on the driving range. The way the wind's blowing really doesn't bode well for a guy to go out and hit a whole lot of balls. He's hit a lot of good shots, so he doesn't need to hit a lot of balls.
TNT's Total Vision right here. Zinger presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment. Take me through this shot that we just saw.
Well, obviously Tiger's got this spot on, right on schedule. He's maybe a little laid off. Not bad, pretty much down the line. And he's standing up on it, just a hair came out of it. But obviously the result was fantastic. When he matches up, the downswing, the club, the arms and all that with the rotation of his hips, and he is the man. And when, like we said yesterday, Tiger 1 putt shows up, you can forget about it. But what an unbelievably shocking start for Tiger to hit an iron out of bounds on the first tee and make double bogey on one of the easiest holes on the course. That is hard to overcome. And just play a good round, but certainly to overcome that and play a good championship and win a championship is almost impossible.
Excuse me.
Whoopsie. Checking for a little change in the old pocket there, maybe?
Yeah, let's hope so. How the heck did that get on the air? There's Monty. Monty waiting to begin his round, and really didn't have much to say after yesterday. It just said he preferred not to speak. Or before the championship began, he had said if he had a good first round, he has these superstitions, wants to park in the same parking spot, wants to carry the 10-pence pieces and use those for marks, and a pocket full of white tees. I don't know what he's going with today, but he didn't feel like talking about it yesterday.
I think he might be better off if he didn't talk before the championship and then just maintain that throughout, because he always seems to put more pressure on himself at the beginning of a tournament. Here's a good look at number 1. It's a fairly short hole, measuring only 406 yards. Every player in the field's hitting iron off the tee for the most part. I shouldn't say every player, the majority. Just want to stay short of that bunker there on the right. The hole today located over that bunker on the right. Very difficult location, hole location there, and we won't see a whole lot of birdies, although we just saw Justin Rose make a nice putt. It's going to take a nice putt to make a birdie here.
This is game number 43 on the tee from Scotland, Colin Montgomery.
He'll probably be playing some kind of a long iron or utility club, a hybrid. Ideally, you want to end up on the left side of the fairway here. A perfect look at the flag. Anything that rolls down this hill on the right, make your second shot blind. That is perfect.
That's what Tiger had in mind at the first.
Sure is.
Well, Monty all loose and all smiles there at the first, and they skip ahead to the second in Tiger's play.
208 yards. Had the 6-iron out, went back for the 5. Oh, is this a good-looking shot here? Just falling slightly to the right.
Boy, oh boy.
Good-looking shot is right, and kind of an answer to the question of how do you bounce back after starting a round like that, Zing?
Well, you have to be a mental giant to do it. That's for sure. That will creep in the head of 90% of us, and we don't get over it. But Tiger seems to be over it already.
At the par 3 8th, after a par at the 7th, KJ Choi is 3 back. Chance to edge even closer to Sergio Garcia from there. Paul McGinley will go off in about 20 minutes or so trying to catch Sergio here at Carnoustie. Smooth sailing. for some. For Sergio Garcia, a little bit of a struggle, but maintains the lead. It's 6 under. One of the 26 major champions in the field is Tony Jacklin, finishing up his round at the 18th.
Tony Jacklin lives in my hometown of Bradenton, Florida. He and Nicholas co-designed a golf course called Concession, which is fantastic. The theme being kind of a Ryder Cup theme based on Nicholas' great show of sportsmanship when he conceded Tony a putt to have the matches.
They'll all make their way to Muirfield for the Senior Open Championship next week. Tony Jacklin, the British champion of 69 in Lytham. Hazeltine won the 70 U.S. Open.
He's quite a gentleman. I really have enjoyed getting to know him.
You saw Colin Montgomery with the ideal tee shot at the first, now his second. He's putting some fuel in the home folks here.
Great pin for him. It requires some kind of a little, or maybe a high fade in there. Well done.
Now, Boo Weekley needs something good to happen here. It's been a few holes since he's had that. Has a birdie look at the 17th. Tap that in to stay at 2 under. 4 back, his first Open Championship. Got a shirt like that? Can't say that you do, huh?
No.
Now Tiger for birdie at the second.
Well, down the hill, I really can't see a lot in this putt. I mean, from this angle, you know, it appears as though it may break a little bit to his right, but boy, I'd be real hesitant to start this outside the hole.
Yeah, this is a big, big putt, though. I mean, you double bogey the first hole, totally an unforced error, and you've stuffed a 5-iron on the next hole. Great recovery. You want to take advantage.
Got one of those back from the double at 1.
Now, missing that putt right there was, I'm telling you, would have caused even the great one to press a little bit.
Before that, this was Paul Lawrie. You got the feeling, and certainly the gallery did too, that was going to find the bottom, and so a good start for Lawrie. You already saw Justin Rose birdie the first. A group to keep an eye on. Now Steve Stricker is second at the 9th. So he'll have that putt from just off the surface for 3. And we move to the 3rd tee. So off of that birdie at 2, Lawrie with the honor.
Yeah, with the wind coming from the right, 210 to carry that island of rough.
Probably the shortest hole on the golf course, Billy, and it should be just some kind of a 3 or 4 iron today.
Yeah, that was a 4 iron.
I'm going to carry that right there. Thank you.
That's that new addition to the 3rd.
But you have a choice on this hole, too. If you really, really want to be aggressive, and you don't see too many players doing it, they did it in practice, you can hit driver here and get really close. It brings the burn on the left into play, though, and yesterday would have been no way to do it with the hole located on the front of the green. Today, though, pins in that back left-hand side just over a mound, which makes it almost impossible to get it close. Players will know that before they tee off. Always want to know where the flag is before you tee off. decide if it's worth taking a chance. And in this case, I think they all realize it's going to be tough to stuff it in there. It felt fat, looked fat.
Well, it's heading up the right-hand side. Needs a favorable kick left. Ooh, and he got it.
Yeah, I promise you that it's still in there, the tee shot he hit on one. Yeah, there's a ridge there of like broken dunes and thick rough that dominates the right side, and the conservative play is really kind of the play of choice here this week for the players. This jockey's burn on the left-hand side swings throughout the hole, and you can see it stop just short of the green. You want to fly it over that mess at 210 and keep it short of these two bunkers if you can. Some players hit it short of the 307 bunker there, but not today. It's more of a practice round move, or if you're out of the championship. And then, of course, you can see the mound right there that's really guarding that flag. And we heard Sergio's comments. The holes were a little tougher today, which is part of the reason the scores are up, plus the wind. Although the flag's not moving here, it's just protected. It's blowing and it's chilly. But we've all seen it worse, huh?
Yeah, you don't see that often with the flag just laying there.
Oh, I've played in this tournament with 6 layers on and a beanie cap.
And Justin Rose.
I finished 4th in this championship at the age of 17.
Yeah, his name came up a lot as people were talking about Rory McIlroy, the 18-year-old who kind of came back to earth today with a 76 after a 68 in the opening round. Stewart sink to try to get it to 3 under. Gave a little hesitation before it fell. 3 off the pace. Out that par 3 8th, which for the second straight day is playing 182. Look at KJ. Ouch.
That was a dead pull. He had to hit that a little on the inside of the sweet spot. It's impossible to pull a putt if you hit it on the toe side of the sweet spot. It's impossible to pull a shot if you hit it off the toe of any club. You might hook it off the toe, but it'll kick out to the right first.
Good opportunity for Steve Stricker here, who has it to 3 under. Not quite enough. 3 under for the day and for the championship. Now Monty trying to start with a birdie.
Well, the belly putter really helped Colin Montgomery. Those of us who remember when he used the short putter, how his left elbow would kind of hinge and fly up. Doesn't do that with the belly putter.
Monty still looking for that first major triumph at the age of 44. Could this be the week? Who knows? Yeah, Open Championship second shot for Tiger at the 3rd.
133 yards. That's a pitching wedge just right of the flag, trying to work it in towards the hole.
Oh, look at this.
Backs it up the hill, and then here it comes back down. Gravity's a beautiful thing. Stay there. Look at that.
Tiger trying to rebound from a double at the 1st. Birdied the 2nd. Have a look at birdie at the 3rd. He is playing with Paul Lawrie, Justin Rose. Let's go to the 18th. And Boo Weekley. It's a good tee shot. His 2nd.
He's got a long way here. Into a stiff breeze, hitting a hybrid of some form. Oh, nice shot.
Bill Weekley 2 under, 4 off the pace, and has a look at birdie. Here's Colin Montgomery off his birdie at the first. Just short of the bunker at the second. Look from above at this links layout. They say that golf has been played in this land since 1527. They have old correspondence, old letters written, and golf spelled like GOWFF, describing playing some golf that day, and that's 480 years ago.
Yeah, I've actually heard even earlier than that, in the 1400s at some point. I also heard the other day, I don't know if this is true, get Robinson Holloway to research this, but they didn't even start keeping score in this game until the 1800s. Is that possible that they could play that many years without keeping score?
Yeah, there are a lot of days I don't want to. Yeah, back here at the third now, Billy.
Well, Tiger, he's a good 12 to 15 yards off the left-hand side of the green and has chosen a putter to go up the bank and try to put this in that kind of that magical 2 to 3, 4 foot circle.
Gravity went from a good thing to a bad thing, didn't it?
You know, and you know, he was kind of looking up just on the other side of the bunker trying to figure out where the pitch mark was on the green. He really never found the pitch mark because he really kept studying the hole location, you know, the green, because he really couldn't believe that the ball spun this far to the left down that ridge.
It wouldn't have had it not spun back up the hill. Once it caught that slope of that hill, that was it.
That's exactly right. Pretty steep slope going up for 12 or 15 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably every single player in the field practiced from down there this week.
If you didn't, you were lazy.
Yeah, no doubt about it, or just a huge oversight. That was just one of the places where you saw everybody gather during the practice rounds and just putt up that hill.
But I like your idea about not keeping score.
All these links courses are like puzzles, and these players just try to figure out how to put the pieces together, and you map out a game plan and just figure out how best to go about it.
Paul Lawrie next to play.
You know, in watching him yesterday, Zing, you know, you kind of had the feeling that, you know, he makes the birdie on 18. Some disturbance.
Is he yelling at you, Billy?
Oh no. You can't even believe where I'm standing, Zing.
Where are you? Do I see you?
I'm just hoping I don't take a step back and fall into Jockey's Burn.
Okay.
Let's say that, okay?
I think I see you. Wave to us. I think I see you. At the top of the screen there.
But you just kind of got the feeling yesterday that, you know, that when he made the birdie on 18, that, you know, that today might be kind of special. And he's certainly gotten off to a nice start with the birdie on 2.
It's his home course as well. Are you talking about Tiger? No, you're talking about Lawrie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right, absolutely. It's his home course. He's been very overlooked, you know.
I could not agree more.
Yeah. He's very capable of having a really good championship and get, you know, see what happens.
And that in part is the unfortunate part about 99 with all the attention on Vandeveld, and you forget the guy shot 67 out here on Sunday at the Open Championship.
Yeah, in conditions that were deemed virtually impossible by every player in the field. So.
Yeah, and by the way, the 2 iron shots he hit at 17 and 18 were pretty spectacular.
Yeah, but you said it going to break. I mean, occasionally in sport, the guy who wins actually isn't always the one who's remembered. And it's been written about this championship in '99 that it was going to be one of the least memorable championships in the history of this event, and it became one of the most memorable because of what happened with Vandeveld on 18. Good effort.
Yep. Little spin out here at the third for Justin Rose.
Well, a lot of people will be following this group, not just gallery, but a lot of officials, cameramen, radio, a lot of distractions for these guys.
There's a chance for birdie at the last for Boo Weekley. Four is a pretty good score on this hole.
Certainly is, and it's a really good start for Boo Weekley. I hope he feels good about it. Would love to hear what he has to say. Hopefully he's in a good enough mood to be interviewed after the round.
Boo Weekley is 2 under, heads to the weekend as it stands right now, 4 off the pace. And we step back to the third.
What's that I see on the ground? A shadow?
That it is.
That's a good sign. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's pretty nice out here, Zane.
Must be the first shadow of the week for me, anyway.
Shouldn't be much in this one.
A double, a birdie, and a par to start for Tiger as he heads to number 4. Let's rejoin the action with more of Tiger's second round. So what is the situation over there with Tiger?
Well, actually, you know, he's got to swing. The ball's sitting down. It's 240 yards to the hole, and actually, I think, you know, the course in front of him, you know, he's going to be able to easily come up and over that. And if this ball comes out any kind of quick at all, I think he can get it up around the front edge.
He's made a career of feeding on par 5s, Billy. This being probably the easiest hole on the course today. And he's struggling, so it's the kind of hole he wants to take advantage of, but he's got no easy task from where he is. A bad lie, trouble on the right there. Those bunkers won't be too bad. The fairways are running and it's downwind, so I believe if he does catch any kind of shooter there, he may be able to run it right up there by the green.
Yeah, first to play is Justin Rose.
Well, 257 yards, Ernie. Dead center of the fairway. Nice high little cut 3-iron, center of the green. Very nicely done.
You can say that again.
Amazing. Watch the grass come out of this one.
Is the gorse an issue right in front of him, Billy?
No, he's got a 6-iron out. He's going to take it up and over that very quick. But watch this.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, buddy. Needs to get just a little right to avoid the bunk. Oh, I think it caught that revetted face, and I think it kicked back into the bunker.
That will not be easy. That bunker is very deep, and the green runs straight away to the flag from there. If it's on the backside of that bunker, you won't be able to get it close. If he's on the upslope of that bunker, he may be able to get it close.
Go to Stewart Sink at the 4th. Chance to get it to 3. Oh, that's a great putt. Stewart Sink, 3 back. So he joins KJ Choi. McGinley, Jimenez at 3 under. Breer at 3 under. We're coming back shortly, if that's as bad as it appeared from what we saw before the break. How about it, Bill?
Well, one word comes to mind: hosed. And
that's too bad, Billy. I thought he was in the right bunkers with nothing to work with, but this is even worse, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just let me get out, let me get on the putting surface and try to get out with 5.
Well, he made a bomb on 16 yesterday. He needs a bomb here for birdie.
Let's go to the 12th. 499-yard par 4, and KJ Choi
Probably making as solid a contact as anybody in the field this week.
Yep.
Watching him warm up this morning was just unbelievable for me. I just felt like he's taking himself to another level somehow with his ball striking.
He is in that tie for second right now, but threatening to break out of that log jam and close the gap even more on Sergio Garcia. There's Monty.
Stay there. Stay there.
Here's Charlie Hoffman at 18. We talked about him having a pretty hot day, but 18 is cooling him off a bit. His tee shot found the burn. And that's his 5th at the par 4.
That's too bad to squander a great round, but that's the way the 18th hole is, isn't it? You know, you go along nicely. He's 5 under par for the day, or 4 under par for the day anyway, and now here you are on 18 with a putt for double.
I asked Phil Mickelson about this.
Actually, is that bogey?
That's a double.
Not too bad.
But he can make plans for the weekend here. 75, 69. A lot of what-ifs in this game, Paul. What would have happened if?
You know, basically, the if is if my club face was 2 degrees closer to square. 1 degree closer to square. I mean, really, it's kind of bizarre to think about it that way, but that's about it in the end.
Tiger, through all of this, will try to get this close for birdie. Well, he's going to walk away from here with a par 5. An adventurous one at that.
It feels like a bogey for him anytime you can hit driver 6 or 7 iron to a par 5. Make a 5, it's just basically that's another bogey for Tiger, really. Even though it's par on the card.
Here, Stewart Cink in that group at 3 under as he plays the 5th. 415-yard par 4.
His putting surface is 50 yards deep.
And so, here on day 2, we're almost 4 hours into our 7+ hours of coverage, and Sergio Garcia's been on top, and he stays right there. But a lot of folks chasing him. Off his par at 6. Tiger on the tee at 7.
Well, and just like yesterday, going with the iron off the tee. Down breeze, just avoid the bunkers. Up the right-hand side. Should be nice.
It is. Now, if you're just joining us, here's what happened at the first tee. Still unexplainable, or you got a theory now, Zink?
All I can say is that players are forced to warm up in a left to right wind, and it can cause you to come over the top when you get to the first tee. And number 1 was left to right, and I mean, but really, he's the number 1 player on the planet Earth, and for him to hit a shot like that is shocking. Nobody else has done it, but he didn't do it last year.
Yeah. The Travelers in sync tip of the day takes us back to Royal Liverpool. Now, Tiger used the driver once during last year's Open Championship. Day 1, par 5 16th. Loses it right. And so from then on, it was strictly irons off the tee, Paul.
Well, that was his game plan. He stuck to it. We had the pleasure of being there and witnessed one of the greatest ball striking weeks maybe in the history of this event. He had almost every fairway. Just, I can't tell you, I mean, it's so many greens, it was crazy. And Tiger Woods just was on. He was in sync. He holed a 5-iron from the fairway early in the event.
65 in the second round, 71 on day 3, 67 on the final round.
You could just tell how beautifully matched up he was, and he putted like the typical Tiger and walked out of there with a 2-shot win.
For more Travelers in Sync tips, log on to PGA.com. And Tiger makes his way down the 7th fairway.
He's really struggling today. He's not matched up at all. You can see that. You can see the first tee shot is going to have an effect on anybody mentally. You know, it's easy to guard against that shot the rest of the day, and I think that's what we're seeing.
This is the same group, obviously, that played yesterday together. Paul Lawrie was a little distressed by the number of people inside the ropes yesterday. He said, how did all these people get in here? He was distracted.
It's part of the circus that is Tiger, and, you know, he is an amazing guy because he continues to play well, but he's used to it by now.
Paul McGinley, a late start on this day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and a struggle early. Drove it in the bunker. Had to pitch out to here.
Leave it alone. Get down. Down. Down.
He knew it.
Now the birdie try for KJ Choi. Chance to get to 4 under. Not quite. What you see of him and what you've seen this year with his 2 wins, he's a factor this weekend to be sure, you think, Paul?
No question about it. It's all about making great contact here, and you don't want to play too aggressively, especially today. The flags are stuck in corners today and over humps and mounds, so you have to have it's hard to make a nice comeback if you've gotten off to a bad start. You know, so for Tiger to make a comeback today is going to be really more difficult based on where the holes are cut. That's why you just want to play steady, you know, and that's what we've seen so far on the board. The low round of the day is 2 under, and only 2 guys have managed to do that. Charlie Hoffman did it, and
Nicholas Foss.
Nicholas Foss did it as well. So there's not a lot of low scores to be had, and it's going to be really difficult to recover from a bad start.
Seen a few opportunities here to get out of that group at -3, but nobody able to cash in at this point. So the Sergio Garcia lead remains 3 strokes here on day 2. See Jim Furyk with a 70 today. Haven't been that many rounds under par. And only 2 in the 60s, as Paul pointed out. Who weekly at 2 under? Westwood, Cabrera, the others. And let's catch up again with Tiger at 7. See what he can do out of the fairway here.
Well, 174 yards, Ernie, but the brow of that bunker, it extends a good 7 yards into the green, and that downward pitch and where that hole is located is going to be very difficult to get the ball close to the hole. 176 yards, and with the breeze, this is just a 9-iron for Tiger. And I've got to believe this is going to be way up in the air, Paul.
Well, he's got that shot in him. You're right.
Needs to go. Needs to go.
It got there. A little long.
And unfortunately, if that flies another yard or 2, it stops on the green, but just another yard. Caught the downslope of that bunker, and he's going to have another nice up and down. It's just going to be really hard to score, hard to recover. You just hope that Tiger doesn't dig a hole too deep.
Following the play this week of Drew Weaver from Virginia Tech, the British amateur champion, breaking a long American drought. And here he is, the 20-year-old. Into the 3rd. Paul McGinley trying to right things early on here.
about that? Right over the sprinkler head that's covered.
A rocky start for a guy who spent a lot of Thursday at the top of the leaderboard. Now that's more like it, that view. Like the blue skies and the sunshine here. Retief Goosen has made his way to within 3 shots of the leader. KJ Choi, Stuart Sink, Miguel Angel Jimenez there. So is McGinley, so is Breer. But Sergio with his 71 holding him off. And Rod Pampling will not have to relive the agony of 99 when he led after the first round and failed to make the cut. He's at 1 under. And you see Tiger at even par as he plays the 7th. And now here's McGinley for oh my. As we watch McGinley finish things up here, going to bring in Tom Meeks, the former USGA rules guru, who now let's talk about McGinley's situation.
Tom, McGinley has an opportunity here maybe to take relief from this sprinkler or not.
Has to be on his line of play.
Okay, looks like it is.
Well,
watch this putt.
I don't know whether this breaks outside of it or not. But if it's on his line of play and it's his ball's within 2 club lengths, he went over it. He could have taken relief.
Well, unfortunately, he didn't. And, you know, when you make decisions out here, and it's important to know the rules. And if McGinley didn't know that, then it's going to be a costly mistake because it's an easy 2-putt from there. Unfortunately, he hits the sprinkler, comes up short, 3 putts. And, you know, it's just one more shot lost on a day when it's really hard to get him back. And it's just going to be a little further from the leader, Sergio Garcia, for Paul McGinley.
And now 3 over for the day. And 1 under for the championship. Thank you for that bit of information too, Tom. That's an interesting call. It's interesting to see if he did request it or if he just didn't.
Well, I don't think you requested it. There's an official following every group. Every official would know that. So he just didn't think about it, or he mishit his putt or something. But it's certainly cost him clearly cost him a shot, possibly 2. You know, who knows? I'm sure he's holed putts like that before. Now McGinley 3 over after 3 holes. Settled in the clubhouse last night with the lead, and then Sergio came in later to take the lead from Paul McGinley. That's a rough start.
Now here is KJ Choi playing the 13th. And that's well played. And now Tiger at the 7th.
With the putter.
Yeah, just got a pretty good idea as to what the pace is going to be on this putt from Paul Lawrie. Lawrie was just to the left of Tiger, but back up the hill. Really slow from this direction. Can't do any better than that unless it goes in, Zing.
Yeah, he makes those look easy, Tiger does. Short game for years and years has just kept him right in contention on the days he struggles. We all know the days he's on. You can just forget about it. But today's not one of those days. He's wild off the tee. And slipping further and further away from the lead.
And Tiger makes his way to the par 3 8th. As he and the rest of the field have 156, which will be cut to the top 70 in ties. Continues the pursuit of Sergio Garcia. We'll be back.
And if he can just pop it out, it'll help it to run to the hole location.
Trundled on. Steady, steady, steady. Didn't want much more, and that was off the other side. A similar sort of shot for Tiger at the 9th coming out of the sand.
Yeah, ball just above his feet. Long bunker shot, about 90 feet.
Sand drying out a little bit. That's better.
Boy, that's beautiful there, Peter.
That's more like it. If you're wondering why Tiger just walks out of the bunker, leave those big footprints, every game has a rake, a volunteer from greenkeeping staff from somewhere. There he is, look. So don't go writing into anyone and saying they're not tidying up the course. Colin Montgomery at the 7th, battling today. Started off in high hopes, birdie at the first, and then it's going backwards since then. Now he's spotting everything. Look at how can
Guys, Peter, you spend a lot of time over here, obviously, and you get to see Colin Montgomery. You know, he's won 31 times over here in Europe. It's just past Nick Faldo for most wins. I'm just wondering, because it seems to me like he always puts pressure on himself in this championship, in all the championships.
Yeah.
You know, is that a pattern?
I think he's so keen to do well, so anxious. He's got peripheral vision and supersonic hearing, which makes it very difficult to block out things.
He always, to me, I read him saying, my game is on, this could be my week, I fancy my chances, stuff like that. There's no need in all that. You never see Tiger doing that.
No, you've got to have that inner belief. You don't need to tell everyone. Like this fella, he has a difficulty with the language, so he doesn't need to tell everyone. It's difficult for him anyway. If you have that inner belief, you don't have to go around telling the world how great you are. Just do it. People will see and know. Interesting, slow, rather laboured swing, but he gives it a good clip. Straight hitter, good nerves, putts well. Look at this, another good chance for a birdie. Very interesting. It fascinates me how we've got golfers coming from the Far East now, men and women suddenly, coming from everywhere. Tiger for a par at the 9th. Well, that 9's over, thank goodness. And the back 9, well, is very much more difficult. Shorter, it's 35 par, only a whisker shorter. But there are some very hard holes, particularly with the freshening wind.
Stewart Cink now at the 7th. It's in that group at 3 under. Currently tied for 3rd.
Jim Furyk played nicely today. I thought it wasn't spectacular golf from, well, Charlie Hoffman probably was the best golf. Took 6 at the last. That might be very costly for the young fella. But good 70s, 71s, and Westwood played well, held a few good putts, made a few mistakes.
Yeah, Hoffman and Fast, the only 69s in the field.
Goosen off the green. This for a par. Poor tee shot by his high standards. Not a very energetic putt, so that's a shot dropped. Funny how important par 3s are. 3s at shorter. You get 4 of them if there are 4 on the course, and you can afford a 5 or 2 and still have a reasonable score. And the odd 2 creeps in. If you get all your 4s and don't take any 6s at par 5s, you're not bad.
You know,
South America, this hole's called. You know why it's called South America?
And you know what? We're just about to find out because you know Jim Huber, of course, Peter.
Oh, Jim will know. Well, I'll leave it for Jim to tell you that.
Jim has every answer. Here it is on number 10.
As with most old courses in Scotland, every hole at Carnoustie has a name, and the 10th has been called South America for over a century. That, of course, demands a story, and it's a pretty good one. seems a local caddy by the name of David Nickel had planned to emigrate to South America, and on the night of his farewell party, he had a little bit too much whiskey to drink, and on his way to the docks in Dundee, came here to the 10th tee at Carnoustie and promptly fell asleep. He woke the next morning having missed his boat to South America, and as the news reached his amused colleagues, they took little time in renaming the 10th hole South America in his honor.
Anything to add to that, Peter?
No, it's a good story, though, isn't it? And quite believable. Quite believable. I thought Jim might have finished up by saying he stayed and married a local girl, had many children, and he went on to be sort of a great landowner in Scotland.
That's what I thought you would
have
add.
added to it. So no one can argue with you because they're all dead. Paul Lawrie on the 10th. One here, 9-9. He's a good-looking player, but he sort of complains most of the time that life has been unkind to him and he didn't get due reverence for his victory. Well, I thought he did very well out of it myself, but there we are. Now, Tiger, come on, let's see what you're made of. Think of Augusta, the first time you out in 40, home in 30. We want something like that from you.
Oh, pretty good driving hole here, Peter. Right back into the breeze. And
tell you what, if he comes back in under par or better, that will be a very, very fine 9 holes. I hit it too hard.
Way right.
He's lost his rhythm. That's it. I believe that rhythm is plays a tremendous part in the game.
Wow, that is way right.
And he's so experienced, you'd think he'd be able to click in some pattern, some thought, and just say, this is what I'm doing wrong, and just start again.
Now, Stuart Sink has reached the tee at 18.
Stop for Stuart Sink here on from the 8th tee there. He's 182 yards, probably just some kind of 7-iron with the wind helping off his right.
KJ for a birdie. th hole, he's reduced it to a birdie. Well, he's held some good putts this week, long putts. I don't think I haven't seen him miss a short one, and he's held some monster putts, 10, 12, 15 yards, 30, 40, 50 footers.
Has him just a stroke behind Sergio now. And Stuart Sink, as you saw his tee shot at the 8th, still lurking right there, but KJ Choi is right there a stroke back.
Well, it's time to have a little break and time for them to have a little sustenance. As they grow up, that'll be a different form of liquid. But at this moment, this'll do, Mom. The old timers, they've seen it all before. Look at him on the left. You can almost hear the campaign medals clinking. But he doesn't mind. He'll be in the land of Nod, dreaming that one day he might be a champion.
And let's rejoin the play with Tigers action in the second round. KJ Choi with his final stroke of the day for bogey. He's 2 behind Sergio Garcia. And a couple of rounds in the 60s. Not bad shooting here at Carnoustie. Yeah, we catch up to Tiger.
Yeah, going with the driver today. Went with a 3 medal yesterday.
Only a 25-yard wide fairway. I think he's thinking 3.
Well, this going a little bit to the right, Bobby.
Wind ate it up. We lost it, Billy. Did it stay out of the bunker?
Could not tell. I'm behind the gorse, just maybe 120 yards off the tee.
Well, that's a gorse and heather on this hole. Heather's that really low-growing purple flowering. It's such a nuisance to the players.
Here's the viewing schedule tomorrow, round 3, 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We're with you for 2 hours. And then ABC takes over with third round coverage the rest of the way. We'll also be back Sunday morning. Retief Goosen trying to finish strong here after steadily tumbling down the leaderboard. He was in that tie for second place, and this doesn't look like it pleases him much.
Well, he's hit some pull hooks today, and with the hole located on the left-hand side of the green and a kind of a hollow left of the flag, I'm sure he was guarding against that a little bit. It's hard to get that pull hook out of your brain. Here we go, is our buddy. Playing much better today, only a couple over par.
Beating Tiger at this point.
He'll be sitting where you're sitting tomorrow. ABC's coverage. Here's Stewart sinks second at the 12th.
Well, that's kind of odd. Thought his tee shot was, this is third shot. So he found his ball way over there to the right of the drainage ditch and pitched it back in the fairway to this point. And now he's got more adventures.
Wow.
Well, this is a really hard hole, converted from a par 5 a few years back.
Remember Craig Perry here in '99 having the lead in the final round, made triple bogey.
Easy to do, especially in '99.
Rich Beam with his second at the 9th.
Roll and go. I think it's going to get there.
And this was the hardest hole at Carnoustie in '99.
It's funny how the player always knows, doesn't he? Caddy's rooting for it to go, and Rich says, I think it's going to get there.
Except when the ground is firm. Then it's a hurry up, no, bite.
Yeah, you can root all different directions.
Here's a lengthy look at birdie for Retief Goosen.
Oh, it's just turned out to be a beautiful day.
Online is right. Where'd that come from? Right out of the clear blue.
No room for Howe on the scorecard. Give him a birdie.
Second for Marcus Breer.
Right to left wind. He'll ride it to a left-hand hole location. Good shot. You know, in the old days, Paul, players who came, you remember Bernhard Langer coming out of Germany. You know, there wasn't anybody that played golf. He tells the story of his counselor in high school who was interviewing him about what he wanted to do for a living. He said, I want to be a golfer. I said, what's that?
Didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. How about in Austria? Marcus Breer. But now they got great golf swings coming out of these countries that aren't considered golf lands.
The third for Colin Montgomery at the 12th. He's right on that cut line of +4.
Yeah, and it's almost, it's very unlikely that the cut will go to 5. It's never going to get to 3, so 4 appears to be the number that these guys on the bubble are looking at. Justin Leonard's at 5 over. David Toms finished 6 over. Mickelson 6 over par. Brett Quigley had a great start yesterday, but ended up finishing 6 over, shooting 5 over today. Or 6 over, 5 over today.
Great look at the spectacles there that are staring at Tiger.
227, first cut of rough, and this is all about the way you flight it right here. Just trying to get a low 2-iron.
He likes it.
Well, he's trying to coax it to the left.
Oh, it hit softly. Unexpected on the downslope. A little 12-yard gap between the bunkers that front the 14th green. And that's the whole key there, to try to slide it right up between them.
And before Tiger played, this was Justin Rose with his second.
It was from 236, Ernie.
Justin went 4 over the last 4 holes yesterday.
Very good. Very good. Go, ball. Go.
Fighting his way back. Good swing.
We skip back to 9, and Rich Beam trying to get it to 4 under.
Paul, you like playing with guys with like Beamer's personality, who talk a lot on the course, or does it vary?
Wouldn't matter to me either way, but Beamer was he's always fun to play with. You know, I like to play with Stadler. I like a guy who can toss a club on the first tee.
This Stewart sink for bogey.
You know the great thing about Stadler, he never blamed anybody but himself.
Right.
Never blamed a marshal. Never, it's just fun to be with him.
Been fun watching his son Kevin play.
Well, it's just like mini-me.
Carbon copy. A little more reserved, but that'll pass. Marcus Breer, that for birdie at the 9th. Excellent skier, is Breer.
Chris DeMarco. This at the 18th, again right near us.
It's on the opposite side of the burn from where KJ Choi was earlier. The same result, forced a layup. There we are, over on the right side of the screen.
Been a great comeback for DeMarco. Finished runner-up last year. Par here. Time for the low round of the day.
Yeah, a little Mike Weir for you. Oh, look how we had to play that.
No way to get that high enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's the first time I've heard anybody just introduce Mike Weir, not call him Canadian Mike Weir.
My bad.
I thought Canadian was his first name.
No, that was replaced by Masters champion.
That's right.
Sergio Garcia's lead is 2. KJ Choi had climbed to within 1, but still sitting pretty here heading to the weekend, and he's with Jim Huber.
EJ, thank you. KJ, good play today despite rather troublesome conditions, huh?
Yeah, I'm starting first couple hole and then best shot and tee shot and then make bunkers and the layup and bogey couple and 3 putt in the 8 and then only 15-20 feet and just three feet and 3 putt. And then after that, so and the putting, working hard and so make it in the 20-25 feet.
You got lucky on 18.
I think so. So we Wednesday, same wind right to left, right. And I'm cutting the left side in the bush and harder swing, and today in the very straight down there, and a kick bounce left, and Andy said maybe line is in the water. So I'm looking down there in the ball there. It's very lucky.
We were trying to figure out how you take your stance. You didn't have much room.
Yeah, stance in the bottom and blocking stance is good, but a 99 chip out and an 80, 90 out and more easier. Today in the third shot is a very difficult win. And a win left to left, but in the big fence in the right side, in the blocking the windy and the stop, and my ball in the straight in the right side.
KJ, this has been a terrific year already for you with 2 victories at the Memorial and the AT&T. What would winning this mean to you right now in your career?
I'm hopefully golf course, and then either way, pressure will and play and comfortable. My favorite shot in the left right. And any hole, and then my shot in all of them left right, and a very good control, and a good save in green, and then putting working good, and golf courses was doing good.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
EJ?
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. And here's Tiger's third at the 14th.
That's a 6-iron, just kind of chipping with a 6-iron. Don't see that very often anymore.
You see it around here, though, don't you?
Absolutely.
Like a putting stroke.
Boy, is this good.
Yep. Almost an eagle, Billy, but he'll settle for birdie here on 14. And he needed a birdie. He's back to even par for the championship.
You surprised that he hit driver off the tee there, Billy?
Well, Bobby, I think he's at a point where he's trying to make something happen, and the bunker that he hit it down there is, ooh.
So if he were nearer to the lead, do you think he would have hit 3-wood there?
Well, I think if he would have been playing better today, I think he would have used the same strategy that he used yesterday. He went with the fairway metal, and still hit the same iron in.
We hear Goosen hit on 18 with the one-arm bandit.
Oh, that carried right of the Barry Burn.
It's a la Van de Velde.
Does he get a fairway hit for that?
I don't think so. He's hit a lot of hooks today, and I think, you see the result. The hang-on, overcorrect block. Got away with it.
Big putt for Monty, who's on that cut line. And now he's 5 over. Cut projected at 4.
And he knew it. Opened the round with a birdie. One or 2 weeks ago.
Justin Rose at the 14th for eagle. Oh. Wow. Cruel. Round 2 at Carnoustie, where the sun's been out for hours now. And it's been shining on Sergio Garcia, who leads by 2. Over the next 2 days and the conclusion of this second round at Carnoustie, Sergio Garcia with the lead. KJ Choi, 2 back. Look at Rich Beam, the former PGA champion, Jim Furyk, Retief Goosen, former U.S. Open champions. Boo Weekley is up there, 4 back. And Tiger Woods is trying to make his way back to the first page.
And this is where Carnoustie grits its teeth.
Going with the driver yesterday, went with the 3 metal, and again, this one to the right.
Yeah, he really lost his posture coming through that.
It's almost like he goes down, Bobby.
Yeah, he goes down and then comes up.
Well, I certainly thought he was swinging well yesterday, and just doesn't have it today, though.
Now the good news for Tiger, he's in the other fairway.
Second shot at 16 for our man Nick Faldo. Sunglasses on. We'll have Nick in the booth on ABC over the next 2 days. Had such an influence Nick has had on the entire younger generation here in Scotland, England. Rory McIlroy talking about it earlier today and yesterday after his round. Certainly Nick Doherty also, who was so much part of the picture at the U.S. Open. And we've talked about it throughout the first 2 days, but that finishing stretch, Bobby, 15 through 18, may be as difficult as any in the game.
Yeah, when the wind's coming out of the east as it is today, these finishing holes are a bear.
And the weather forecast is not good for tomorrow. So sunshine, enjoy the blue skies this afternoon, because tomorrow there's some nasty stuff on the way. At least they tell us that.
Well, the good news is I'm getting some reports that the amount of rainfall that they're predicting is overstated.
Chief Goose, in the meantime, waiting to play his third at the 18th. Talk about the difficult stretch coming home here, too. Now, Tiger playing those last four in round one, 15 through 18, in 1 under, correct?
Yes.
And if he can do that today, finish in red numbers going into the weekend, that would probably do much for his state of mind, considering as big a struggle as it has been today, starting with his very first tee shot.
For the most part yesterday, his golf swing was in sync. Today, it's a different story. Get a good feel for Tief and how much feel he puts into every shot right here. You see him rehearsing that.
It'll be another difficult par putt at the 18th. A finishing hole that has really, really taken its toll on players today. Rich Beam at the 10th, near those TV cables.
Hey, something good. Oh, be nice to us.
And very near the burn.
Very near where Tiger was earlier.
Welcome to Carnoustie and the Barry Burn.
Best finish since that PGA title in 2002 at the Masters.
Tiger in the middle of the fourth fairway. Use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out his second shot yardage, but that's no longer needed. We have Golf Track. 234 yards. And by this route, he's playing this hole over 500 yards.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of the field, just try to go and walk with it. You see those flags through the club, that's it. It's definitely the walk.
Stevie doesn't have the advantage of Golf Track, so he had to go out and do it the old-fashioned way. A little different angle of the wind, Billy. Into and right to left. They were forecasting gusts of 22 knots this afternoon. It hadn't been that. Nowhere near it. Oh, there's a well-struck shot.
Onto the 15th green by way of the fourth fairway in regulation. Now let's see what's up with Beamer.
Back at the 10th. Got the trees there, the burn.
Well, this is the Barry Burn. He had to take a penalty stroke and drop on the other side of the hazard, keeping that point where the ball last crossed the margin of the hazard between him and the hole. So Beamer with that for bogey.
So played near the TV cables where Tiger had the issue yesterday, and the tree where he had the issue today.
And now back at 13th, and Stewart Cink with a birdie chance. Now Paul McGinley, who began the day at 4 under, has been scraping it around.
There's the putter we saw yesterday.
And now at the 18th, Goosen for his par.
This would be like stealing one. Good effort.
Well, Nick Faldo has made his way to the 17th tee.
+1 for the day. It's 2 strokes better than the average score, should he be able to par in. And let's take a look back at the 16th hole.
And Total Vision is presented by Miller Chill, a new twist on refreshment.
Okay, into and right to left is the wind, so Nick a little bit right of the target off the with his setup. Early load, that's traditional for Nick. It's a little bit shorter than it used to be, but the plane is beautiful. And the 50-year-old swing looks pretty darn good to me. He'll be making his debut on the Champions Tour.
Yeah, the Senior Open you'll be seeing from Muirfield. The end of the day for Retief Goosen. He is 1 under as he heads to the weekend, and that's 5 back. Thursday, Friday, 12 to 2 Eastern Time, the Senior British Open Championship on TNT. Invite you to join in there. Jim Huber will be there. Terry Gannon will be there. Bill Kratzer. And back at Carnoustie. And Tiger for birdie at the 15th.
Second hardest hole today. Good speed. That tells you where his mind is right now. He knows he needs a strong finish like he had yesterday.
Now earlier, back at the 10th, Rich Beam for bogey. Costly in the burn, dropped, played across, and dropping shots. Not that far back.
And Drew Weaver is on the tee at 18. And the youngster who won the British Amateur title at 6 over.
Well, it's still mathematically possible for young Drew to make the cut. The tee shot must be perfect. He's long enough. He can get it there in 2. All right.
You see how the amateurs are doing here, and Obviously, Rory McIlroy grabbing everybody's attention on Thursday with that 68, and came back to earth a bit today, but well within the cut line to play in the weekend.
And that was his goal this week, was to make the cut and win the silver medal. Looks to be a foregone conclusion.
And you know, he's been in front of the media in Ireland for quite a while. He's 18 now. Says he's been being interviewed since he was, 8, 9, 10 years old, and says, I'm a pretty normal 18-year-old, pretty good at golf.
I go to the movies and hang with my buddies.
Normal 18-year-old who shot a 68 on day one of the Open Championship. Here's Weir at 14. Well, anybody who can shoot a 61 at Royal Portrush has got game. He's got a great future. Weir 2 under, by the way.
Well, Nick at the 17th.
I think he's enjoying this. He was a bit apprehensive, not having played all year, and next week will be his only Champions Tour event for the year.
Had a good day today.
So it's all this preparation for 2 weeks of golf. Put the clubs away. Who knows what will happen next year? Got feet down. Good looking shot.
As big a struggle as Thursday was for Faldo, Friday has been the opposite. Strong stuff from the 3-time Open champion. Late stages of round 2 of the Open Championship. We'll come back with more here on TNT after this. And now Drew Weaver at the 18th. That's a par 4. And for the British amateur champion, his first experience at the Open Championship. Finishes at 6 over. There will be no weekend play for Drew, but a lifetime of memories for him.
Tied the likes of Phil Mickelson and David Toms.
17th tee, Tiger.
Perfect. Stay out of a divot.
At the 12th, Paul McGinley. This for par to remain at 1 under. A little Ryder Cup thing coming up, Bobby.
Yeah, he's the assistant captain for Nick Faldo. 40-year-old McGinley. 4 wins on the European Tour. That putter's still rolling.
Yeah, he's made some big putts today, even though overall his game not what it was yesterday.
Well, he's really struggled with this game, but he said yesterday on the practice range he actually came across something. He found a better feel for the rotation of the club in his backswing. Seemed to make a difference for him yesterday.
The second shot at 15 for Colin Montgomery. Now at 5 over.
Oh my.
That projected cut at 4 over. These players at 5 over, including Henrik Stenson, #1 on the European Order of Merit. Justin and Phil Mickelson, who doubled 18.
Ernie, can you believe that John Daly had the lead in this championship at one point?
Through 11 holes yesterday. After the birdie eagle start to the second 9, He was at 5 under par.
David Toms, who has not missed a cut all year, but at 6 over, will not play the weekend here.
Second shot at 12 for Rich Beam.
Got to be in the 220 range.
Get it a little bit.
Calling for the wind to bring it in just a little bit. It did. Very good shot.
Another opportunity. Double bogeyed the 10th. Came back with a birdie at the 11th. Still wondering exactly where it is. Yep, just fine.
Marcus Breer.
Hanging on.
Got the top tier and filter down. Here it comes.
Avray also in this group, coming off a win last week at the Scottish Open at Loch Lomond. Much different golf course. Inland golf course, not links. Garcia with a 2-shot lead. Hanging on there. Montgomery needing a birdie from this point on to make the cut. And doesn't like his tee shot at 16. And that's why. That is well short and right.
Well, I think we should take a total vision view of this golf swing. Here he is trying to play a left to right cut back into the wind. Colin Montgomery, little outside, very shut. And as he nears the top of his backswing, just in a slightly laid off position. But look how he loads it. Beautiful lag move there. A little toss at the bottom. And that traditional Colin Montgomery finish. It's definitely not the modern golf swing, but it's proven to be very effective for a man who's won the Order of Merit over here some 7 times.
And the view from the 18th tee. Tiger on the tee.
Well, it has gotten considerably colder and the wind has certainly picked up. And it'd really be a nice time for Tiger to hit a good one.
Looked pretty good to me.
Oh, right on key, Bobby.
Yep.
Absolutely the best drive of the day.
Oh, no roll and unlucky bounce into the first cut. He'll have a little hanging uphill lie, which will really present some challenges for Tiger, because he doesn't want that into the wind.
Now Rich Beam's second at the 13th. Have that for his par. Just in the last hour, Mike Weir making his way to the first page of the leaderboard. Among those at 3 under, he and Miguel Angel Jimenez now at 3 under. Pele Edberg of Sweden is at 2 under.
Yeah, he's had a great career the last 2 weeks.
Exactly right. Well said. And Mike Weir, his second at the 17th.
See how he incorporates his new move, the stack and tilt here. Mike Bennett, Andy Plummer been working with Mike Weir. It shows you there's a number of ways to get it done. A lot of different swing styles out here. The key is what they produce at impact.
So Mike Weir has made a move here late on day 2. Trying to go birdie at 16-17. That'd be quite a trick.
Looking for a decidedly different.
Weir tied for 3rd. 3 behind Sergio Garcia.
Beautiful. Mike has that low penetrating ball flight. When he gets in a groove with his golf swing, it's impressive. Very good iron player.
And Tiger's third at the 18th.
Actually, a really good lie in the bunker.
Certainly hoping for better. But that for par. Started the day 2 under. He has played 2 over. And has that to remain at even.
I've just been looking at the scores. We look at the golf track of hole 18, home. Today shortened to 489, 10 yards shorter than its normal length. The tee elevated just a bit for this year's championship. Martin Hawtrey, the golf course architect. A few additional mounds down the left-hand side and Barry's Burn down the right. Only 4 birdies today. So you better hit the fairway off the tee if you want to make birdie. And that ever-present out of bounds just left of the green. We saw VJ hit, which really wasn't a bad 3-wood second into the wind. Just missed the green to the left and rolled out of bounds. Penal hole. This is Paul Lawrie now for bogey.
Yeah, drove it out of bounds off the tee.
And as I've been looking at the scores, that's going to move Lawrie now to +5. And the scores just keep creeping that way. And it appears, hadn't happened yet, but I would bet money on it that the cut's going to move to +5.
Well, I can tell you, the way 15, 16, and 18 are playing, Bobby, it's certainly not out of the...
Oh, if you're at +5, don't go pack your bags. Stay right here. 72 players now at +4 or better, so
for guys like Henrik Stenson at 5 over and Justin Leonard, Colin Montgomery.
It's just 3 more players to drop below that. Blow up to +5 and they're gone.
Now Tiger for par.
Well, shouldn't be a whole lot in this putt. Oh, it actually twisted to the left about halfway there.
Well, that is almost a fitting finish for the way the round started.
And usually you don't see Tiger struggle out of bunkers. And, twice he struggled out of the bunker on number 8, the par 3, now here at 18.
And he struggled yesterday out of the bunkers. This is a much different type of sand than what we're accustomed to in the States.
Started the day with a double bogey, ended it with a bogey. A 74 today. He is 7 back heading into the weekend. And look at this, the top 6 in the world, how they've played the 18th hole here in 2007.
Scary. Adam Scott, the only player in the top 6 to make pars at 18.
Phil Mickelson doubling the 18th today and ending his thoughts of playing this weekend. KJ Choi is second, says he learned a lot about playing in the wind from playing with Paul Lawrie back in 9. Welcome you back to Carnoustie. Paul Lawrie, who won it at Carnoustie in '99, wonders now what his weekend plans will be. Cut could be at 5, could be right there in the field.
He's used to waiting at 18 here.
Good point.
Excellent line. Let's go to 13. Palais Edberg.
Watch this. He'll have to hit it way up on the fringe. Well, no, he takes the low route. Going to end up low.
The Swede with a distinctive look.
Finished third at the European Open the week before last week's fourth place finish at the Scottish. 9 times he's gone to Q school here in Europe. Twice he's made it.
Monty at 5 over to get to 4.
Oh, is he grinding? This has been stellar Monty right here. You can tell his game hasn't been there, but he's given it everything he's got to the barn. And I think a par is going to do it for him at 18.
Which is hardly a given.
+71 players now at +4 or better. So 2 more players at the +4 go to +5, and that'll be the cut. There are 4 on the course.
14, Bobby. Third shot for Rich Beem. Par 5. Remember earlier today, you talk about those missing the cut. Phil Mickelson had an eagle putt of about 12 feet and actually missed the birdie then from maybe 4 feet, less than that.
3. And then he double bogeyed 18.
And finishes 6 over. Cut could be 5 over.
Here's Mike Weir. You can see this is the new swing. Look how much weight he's got on his right foot.
He's found the same bunker the Tiger did.
That's popular territory, office hours. We affectionately call that. And that's a result of the out of bounds just left of the green.
Well, back in '99, +6 made the playoff. +6 here sends you home. Mike Weir avoiding the burn at 18 and finding the bunker, his third. See if he's able to do what Tiger could not, get up and down from that bunker.
Beautiful shot.
What a strong finish for Mike Weir. Brennan Little is caddy.
They've been friends since junior golf days. Michael from Sarnia, just outside of Detroit. In the Ontario, Canada.
Best round of the day. 68.
Yes, it is. Now, at 18, a moment ago, Colin Montgomery. 71 players at +4. Monty must make par to have any chance. So the first half of the equation is complete.
There's Tiger in conversation with his coach Hank Haney. He declined a post-round interview to go right back to work.
And knowing him, he'll be there a while tonight.
Yep.
A few moments ago, Rich Beem, this for birdie at 14. And the double bogey back at 10, which set him back as he was making a run. So a par at 14, still 1 under. And 5 off the lead of Sergio Garcia. Just an even par round of 71 today for Sergio. He went out early, but the 65 got him the lead yesterday, got him to 6 under, and he's hung on to that lead all day long. Tiger able to manage a smile, working with Haney on the range. 70 up Colin Montgomery's round. And back on TNT, 7 to 9 Eastern time tomorrow morning, and on ABC through the weekend. here at the 136th Open Championship at Carnoustie. Hank's doing it pretty well.